And you are?
This is Forky.
I'm Trash.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What is going on, everybody? Today's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019, and this is episode number 477 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, we got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Rudolph!
Jose Guzman.
Hey, it's round two. Here I come, baby.
Oh, no.
Kelly Harris.
You know, I moved into the neighborhood and I got my nice underground home. And then all these kids come into my house and just start fucking each other like it's like they're trying to intimidate me.
You know what happened?
I don't understand.
You know what happened last time, Kelly. You watch yourself.
Yeah, with no context, that bit is very upsetting.
In more than one way.
And Mahoney's here too. What's up, Mahoney?
How's it going? It's
I fuck kids.
Kelly's over there on his gazebos. He doesn't know what he's saying.
When the gazebos kick in.
I ate too many pigeons. I fuck kids.
Oh,
God damn it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Past Kelly, you lay all those traps for yourself. Not even knowing.
Didn't even trick him into saying it.
Didn't even trick me, and I played myself.
You played yourself. Oh, my God.
I can never run for president.
Oh, get out of here.
Actually,
No, you
Actually,
can run
no,
for the
I'd win.
best president now.
I'd win.
I'd vote for you.
Yeah, I'd vote for you,
Yeah.
Kelly.
Even after all you've done already tonight, I'd still vote for you.
Christ. So yeah, I'm guessing we're live. I can't get it to fucking come up in Chrome that shows that we are.
Yeah, I had to reload it. That's why it was kind of like it was hanging there as I was waiting for it to say that it was going live, and I just reloaded. And it was like, "Oh, you've been on for 11 seconds now." I'm like, "Cool."
Okay. I still can't fucking see it, so what the hell's going on?
We got 3 people watching us. Look at that.
Oh, so what the hell? Maybe it's just me then. So I'm the asshole. Okay, fine. That's great.
No, it's probably
Thank you
just
for watching us.
it's probably just the first rattles of Hangouts just going to die. So they're just like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, well, it's not showing us live right now."
Cool.
Sounded like a kid in Kelly's basement.
Not my basement, it's its basement.
Well,
The bit was that I was it. I don't talk like that normally. That's a character.
I don't know. One Mr. Melvin K. Refrigerator will disagree. So yeah, we were off last week. We were in New Hampshire hanging out with the Mahoneys. Jose and Kelly were there in spirit. Jose was there in spirit. Kelly definitely just wouldn't want to be there.
yeah, Kelly. As the weekend goes on, I think we do this every year, and it's like, yeah, Kelly would not fucking vibe on this. Like Toy Fair, WrestleMania, Kelly vibes on.
Yeah.
Fucking bouncy house slide with the kids and water balloons. Not really Kelly's thing.
Not his speed.
Not my speed.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't like water balloons?
I don't.
You know what, Kelly? Neither do I.
Yeah.
But before we go a second fucking longer, I just want to say again, thank you to the Mahoneys for their infinite hospitality.
Same.
You're welcome.
Putting up with us assholes for the better part of a week.
We're pretty
Thank all
good.
of you for coming.
You know.
Yeah, you're right, Nice. We are pretty great. You're right.
Yeah, you guys are well behaved.
That is one thing that I've...
I bet Mahoney didn't have to yell at you once.
You know what? There was shockingly little yelling at all. Like,
Yeah.
There was screeching.
I wasn't there.
There
was some screeching.
There was
definitely.
screaming. There was
They
wailing.
were mostly like, mostly happy screams.
Yeah.
Little kid,
I bring the loud though.
That's right.
True.
Was anyone bad?
Jose's been known to punch a kid.
Yeah,
Nice.
right in the fucking keister face.
Yeah, if they deserve it, yeah.
They got it
Oh, no.
coming.
Yeah, Jose doesn't go around just punching kids that don't deserve it.
Not
They-
willy nilly style. No,
Yeah.
there's purpose.
They earned it.
God damn right. That's a good
We
way.
And I
were
think-
talking about that last week when you guys weren't here.
Yeah, that was what that's what we opened the show with.
Yeah,
nice
we did a
discussion,
full
though.
2.5 hours on which kids Jose would hit.
I fucking dare you guys to do that. I would love it. I would listen to it. I would produce it. Like, let me know.
Kelly, let's do a show, Kelly.
All right.
You think I'm joking?
Let's do it, Kelly.
What are we
Come on.
talking?
Pretty
We
epic.
talking bi-monthly? We talking weekly? What's going
Yeah,
on?
well, you know what? We'll do daily audio.
Little 10-minute shows.
Yep.
Because man, Jose's got a fire under him lately. So
Ooh.
let's do this.
Well, it's called My Own Space.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine that's definitely helpful.
You know, there
Get
was a
the old
whole
juices
lot
going.
of waiting until this happened. Well, this finally happened, so now
Shit
Fuck
or
it.
shit or get off the pot. Yeah,
let's goddamn do it.
let's do it.
Love it. It's great. Yeah, had a great time, man. Did shockingly little while we were gone. It was wonderful. It's kind of hanging out, being together. It was great. We did watch AEW Fight for the Fallen.
Man, we need to have a talk about this.
You absolutely need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Why did you guys show Mahoney to the library?
Okay,
I also
It's
would
not our
like to
fucking
know-
fault they opened the show with them.
and also it wasn't like Mahoney, come here. Mahoney, come watch this. This is good shit. It was okay. We'll head downstairs. We'll get it set up, get it going, and then here comes Mahoney, and then here comes the fucking librarians. And like, God damn it.
You couldn't distract him with something
Terrible.
else?
It was absolutely terrible.
He literally stood like catty corner to the TV, like they do on wrestling TV. Just
He did.
watching.
I saw the picture. It did look like he was watching it on Raw.
Like just his arms crossed, and every so often he'd just shake his head. And it's like, no, this doesn't count. This is pre-show shit, Mahoney. But then, like, once he got that in him from the pre-show, there was no talking to him about the rest of the show. Like, he was not going to be won over.
I'm
the end of
sorry.
it-
I watched Cody.
You did. No, you hung in there for the whole thing. But you
Wait,
didn't.
he watched the whole show?
He hung
Oh
out.
no, I sure didn't.
He was
He
in
was
and out.
hanging out playing Fortnite most of the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Playing Fortnite, just
but yeah, I
being
did-
incredulous
I did
at the
see
notion of a
Cody.
professional wrestler named Dustin.
Dustin.
Fucking what?
Just nonsense. They were like,
Um,
"Oh yeah, so he's got to just go by regular old Cody because he can't go by his other name because the other company owns it." I was like, "Okay."
That's very true. They
Well,
did not lie to you.
It's like, Charlie Cox can't just go around calling himself Daredevil.
That's true.
So yeah, fucking showed you.
Cody.
God,
Yes,
Cody.
that was just Cody, and he has to either tag team with his brother so he can be Cody and Dustin Rhodes, or he has to be accompanied by his wife so he can be Cody and Brandy Rhodes.
He also
Cody with Brandy.
he also has a dog, Mahoney.
He does. His
What
dog's
is
name
his
is Pharaoh.
dog's name? No, I don't believe it. His dog's name is obviously going to be something like Scott.
Fucking Scott.
Yeah,
it.
that show was alright. It was just that show just felt bloated.
And
Yeah,
that sucks.
show-
That
I
sucks
only watched
because those
the
first two were
second
great.
half, and it was that Adam Page Kip Sabian match sucked.
Mm-hmm.
The whole it was
Agreed.
just too long
Yeah.
in general, and stuff felt kind of overly padded out. I missed the episode that I really wanted to see because Jax is being a dickhole. He picked the one match I really wanted to see more than any of them to just be his peak asshole for the entire week. He
Which
was
match
great the
was
whole
that?
time. I wanted to do the 6-man tag with Janela and Darby and
Oh, okay. I still need to see
Darby.
that one.
Well, Darby has a last name.
He has a last.
The 6-man tag with Cody, Darby, Ralph.
Ralph.
Don't forget about Keith.
don't forget Keith. Yeah, Jack's just being very impatient and irrationally so. And I fucking ran up on him for a second. He backed into a corner going, I'm sorry, I'll be cool.
Oh, I loved it.
Whoa.
I loved seeing Lee bow up at Jax.
Look, I still maintain you gotta show these little motherfuckers who's boss once in a while. Like, you
It's
gotta know
true.
what's up. Gotta know what's up.
It's like I showed him who's boss when we were throwing water balloons.
You know what? It was nice to see Nyes realize his dream of bonding with Jax finally.
Oh, yeah, with fucking Jose out of the way. God damn. I got my moments. Got my moments with all the kiddos.
Yeah.
And then I had an all-time great fucking water balloon performance where I was just pegging kids.
It was pretty good.
The
Pretty good.
Holy Spirit was going through me, and I was like, I had Terminator eyes. I was just
Looking at his hands in amazement. Did I throw these balloons from heaven?
Man, it was great. We did that. And, me and Nyes and Mahoney went out to see Gator Basement, and it was the comedy event of the season.
Oh my god.
So great.
It's got
One of the best movies of the year.
It's got so much. I think it's 87% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, somebody at work came in. She was like, we went to see Crawl. I go, oh, you mean Gator Basement? One of the best movies I've seen of the year. And she goes, I can't believe I just went because it said it had 87% of Rotten Tomatoes. I go, yeah, because it's excellent. She's like, I didn't even know it was about alligators. I go, did you watch the fucking trailer? And then she goes, well, I didn't finish the trailer. I said, it's 2 minutes. Finish the trailer. What kind of ADD ass attitude you got? It's a 2-minute thing.
So is the movie actually any good, or is it fun?
I mean,
very fun.
It's objectively bad.
We had fun.
It is very fun. It is the heartwarming family comedy that we need right now.
It's just like, I mean, no one else thought it was as funny as we did.
No, there were a dozen people in the theater, and the three of us were the peanut gallery. It's so fantastic because it's getting towards the climax. Not to jump ahead, fucking bury the lead, but you know, the big action sequence and shit's happening. Like something tickles Mahoney a little bit, he'll giggle. Something will tickle me. Something separately will tickle Lee. And then she spent all this time trying to get out of this house and get into this boat. And then what happens? The fucking boat comes crashing back through the window, right back into the house, and we all howl in unison.
An hour of like trying to get out of this basement where they have nothing but tools to help them get out of the basement. Like the fact they were down there that long is hilarious. And they just rocket, I mean, right through the fucking window back in there. And I thought we were going to die. It was hilarious. Outstanding.
It reminded me of the scene from Jurassic Park where they're trying to get out of the tree, get out of the Jeep, and then Tim gets to the bottom of the tree, and then the Jeep falls on top of him and Alan Grant. And he's just like, we're back in the Jeep again. So one of my big problems with Gator Basement is these motherfuckers got bit and thrown around so much by these alligators and survived. And I'm like, that shit's not gonna happen. Because like each kid, the dad, Barry Pepper, and the daughter, Super Swimmer, get bit probably 3-4 times each. And not just bit. Like bit.
Wasn't this a big motherfucker too?
Oh,
there's like 700 alligators.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Oh, I thought there was just one big one.
I thought there was just the one big one.
No.
Oh no.
Well,
that's baby alligators. There's grown-up alligators.
They do kind
There's
of
a wise aged sage.
So they're creating an alligator universe, an expanded universe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was all sorts of diverse alligators.
Oh,
there was
gators of color.
Yeah, there was a deaf alligator.
Oh, was there an
There was
albino one?
there was a trans alligator.
Yep.
Very
A
good. Very
sassy
good.
alligator you couldn't label.
And we wrote the sequel while we were there, Bear Dumpster,
I like it.
where a chick gets stuck in a dumpster,
but
and there's a
so-
bear outside.
So like these people get bit so much and just tossed around and rolled underwater, and like you expect limbs to be ripped off, you expect the gators to just get them, and then I'm just assuming these people should be dead by now. But then I looked it up today, and apparently only 10% of gator attacks are fatal. So,
Really?
yeah.
So it was a really accurate portrayal.
How many
Yeah.
of those fatalities are the result of the victim shitting themselves to death? Because that's what happened to me.
Well, I saw one of the
Evacuate all my vital organs through my butthole, and I would die.
one of the facts I read is
Fight this dinosaur.
a lot of people die of infection because the wounds get severely infected, and those people
makes
were
sense.
splashing around in flood and sewage waters,
Oh yeah,
Caca
they're dead.
water.
just
They're
with
all
Straight
dead.
up caca.
huge
Yeah.
open gator bite wounds.
Yeah, no, they're dead.
So they set up this main chick right off the bat. She's on the swim team of University of Florida, and she's
And what's that team name?
UF represent.
the Florida Gators.
Obviously.
Oh,
Mahoney, what place did she take in her relay?
I believe she was about the 17th best swimmer on the team.
So she's the 17th best swimmer at the University of Florida, but apparently that
She was going to lose her scholarship and have to drop out of college.
by like a tenth of a second,
Something like that.
200
200. It was 200s, yeah.
and then she is able to outswim an alligator,
Multiple
alligators, like just
Or
barely.
she broke through her potential. Even
Yeah.
Michael Jordan got cut.
I
those
was
gators
thinking
weren't on a team.
I was thinking they were going to reveal her as some sort of human alligator hybrid, like the Indominus in Jurassic World.
Where they all would like they're surrounding her. They all go to bite her, but instead they bow.
It's a secret Brightburn
It's
sequel to the Aquaman
circle of
character.
life. Yeah.
It's if you've not seen Gator Basement, you should definitely go see Gator Basement.
Maybe not.
Absolutely.
Maybe don't. Like,
Don't
No.
go with friends. Like
But at least
some of your
watch
fucking
it.
buddies. Get some of your buddies and go see Gator
it
Basement.
was a great time, but
You don't necessarily need to see it in the theaters, but definitely watch it.
It is great.
Watch it if for no other reason than to see the basement slowly get larger as it fills with water. It starts out as a crawl space, and when it fills with water, everybody can just stand.
Yeah.
It's got just vaulted ceilings.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Well,
furnished
expand.
like Mahoney's basement.
And then,
Yeah, it just kind of rises up. It floats.
kinda-
They are
Did you guys-
trapped in
Did
the-
you guys fill Mahoney's basement with water to reenact the movie?
Gotta get something
All
for
from
next
the
year.
sewer. We filled the entire backyard with water, essentially, though,
Nice.
but no gators.
And then the last kind of big bit of business was the Mrs. Mahoney got us all down watching the fucking Bachelor, and it was the
No, no,
Bachelorette.
no.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, The
and it was
Bachelorette.
every bit as terrible as I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
be.
I mean, it's trash TV. I've watched plenty of trash TV in my day and
I
age.
can't believe that show and variations of it have been on as long as it has. It seems like the concept that would run its course very quickly, but that is not the case.
Yeah, but it's a simple concept. It's when they try and make it more difficult that those shows struggle.
I just
When they complicate the formula, it's like new Coke.
Remember Joe Millionaire?
Yes.
I
Remember
Millionaire and
remember the
I
Joe Schmo
recalled
show?
a show on Fox that did not make it more than like 3 episodes. It was a Fox reality show called Playing It Straight.
Oh
Actually,
no.
pansexual.
What?
What the hell was that?
I'm just flipping through Snapchat. FYI, Bella Thorne, pansexual. So
Okay, great.
What's a Bella Thorne?
Yeah, who's Bella Thorne?
she was from The Bachelor.
Is she
Oh.
is she opening for JoJo?
Probably.
But no, Playing It Straight was on Fox during the kind of the beginning of the reality TV boom, and it was they put a hot girl on a farm with a whole bunch of like cowboy types, and like half of them are gay, And so every week but they're all they're all acting like straight dudes macking on this girl. And so the premise of the show was every week she eliminates a dude, and if she gets to the end and the guy that she's chosen to marry, whatever the fuck, is gay, that gay dude wins like $1 million.
That sounds kind of amazing.
Yeah.
That's a
Somehow it didn't last.
Yeah, that is also a bad lesson to teach.
Yeah, somehow after 3 episodes, the network was like, "We made a bad call."
Whoopsie doo.
It was a very unwoke time in the early aughts.
And those were all birthed from The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, were they not?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like everything else started from Survivor. All those reality competition shows.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but ended up fucking finding myself watching goddamn Bachelorette last night at home without Lisa Mahoney controlling the remote. I just want to identify.
Nonsense.
Want to be part of something. I appreciate it.
So who do you want to win?
Not Luke. Sparse applause.
Fuck Luke, man. Luke's an asshole. No one likes Luke.
No one's gonna win, because they're all broken people.
Oh, okay.
They're all broken, sad, hot people.
Is this the one where they like call her the Beast or something?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I see commercials for this every now and then during
The
General
Beast?
Hospital.
We'll have to get Lisa to ruling on this one. From
yeah.
Lisa.
I'm gonna kind of need to watch whatever dating show you're talking about, where the chick's named the Beast.
I thought that was the Bachelorette this year.
What the fuck is the Beast?
Because it's something that I see commercials for during General Hospital, so I would assume it's that.
That's what they
'Cause
call her.
it's
in
on
bed.
it's on the same channel.
It's just the first that first warehouse part of Glass. It's just that. That's the show.
What
But
the
yeah,
what the fuck is this show?
Hannah B is called the Beast.
Fucking told you.
No shit. Oh, look
Is
at
that
that,
her?
Kelly.
No, that's somebody else. I think. Is Hannah B the one that's on now? I have no idea.
I think her name is Hannah.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is Hannah.
B.
Why is she a beast?
I don't
Have
Okay.
you slept with her yet?
Popsugar.com.
I mean, I feel like there's only one reason you're called a beast.
Popsugar.com has the answer.
I bet.
Just have to scroll down
Like
4
for 15
paragraphs.
times. Yeah.
The most ferocious animal in the jungle is Hannah Beast, followed by an animal
There you go.
sound.
There we go. Let's see. It all started during the first pool party that took place during Colton's season. The Hannah B. Kalen drama had suffered, and Colton used the pool party as an opportunity to try to get to the bottom of the feud. Hannah B. saw Colton and Kalen walk by holding hands, flirting, and told contestant Heather Martin, quote, "If Kalen's talking crap about me, she better beware. There's a beautiful monster inside of me, and I'm about to let it out. Inside, there's a tank of rage, and it is full. I'm full, and the beast is about to come out."
Oh my god.
Jesus.
End quote.
Seems like a well-adjusted human being.
Found a
Christ.
fucking GIF for the ages.
Just a tank of rage.
Oh my
Just a
Tank of
god.
rage inside.
And you guys thought I was making this up.
I absolutely thought you were making this up. Like the other day when you said you were watching Peter Pan.
I was watching Peter Pan. It's a wrestling show.
I don't believe you.
Because it's put on by a company where everyone in there refuses to grow up.
Well, that's not sad.
I fuck kids.
Oh, Jesus.
It's even more so than Jose and his asterisks and all that. It sounds like Kelly's really saying it.
Go ahead and put a fucking
Absolutely
asterisk by the
sounds
season.
like
Sure,
he's
sure,
just saying
sure.
it over and over again.
God damn it.
It's a hard cut because like I immediately hit the comic sounder right after he said it. So we all just fucking are rolling during the entire comic sounder.
Jesus. Yeah. Only other thing we're talking about is after.
Don't fuck
what feels
kids.
like-
Damn it,
No,
Michael
don't do that.
Jackson's greatest hits.
Don't do that. The Kickstarter Power Rangers board game finally shipped out, and it came in over the weekend, and it's a giant ass box.
That looks intense.
Yeah, with all kinds of little miniatures and cards, and it's a very complicated, well-designed game. We're real bad at it. Turns out we were not playing it properly the first couple of times.
Oh, like me and Fork Knife?
Not unlike Fork Knife. Yeah. It's fucking fun though. Like it's definitely worth having. I never played a game like that before. I think I might have to paint some of the little miniatures up though. It's a lot of stuff.
I knew you were gonna paint them. As soon as I saw the picture, I said he's gonna paint those.
I'm not gonna go nuts.
He's gonna paint all of these characters slightly different colors.
No. When it's like, they cast the Ranger figures in the color that they're supposed to be. So like, I guess got the little white on them, little black visors, little silver mouthpieces. Basically paint the whole goddamn thing.
Jack's looking like a real rad
some
dude.
white markers to do it. Yes, I mean it's coming out in stores I think soon. If you play those kind of games, you get it. It's fucking fun.
What
it's neat.
are those kind of games?
It's like
like a
Scrabble,
like a Settlers of Catan type shit.
I don't know. This
Chris
is a
Catan?
cooperative game. So like you as the players play as the Power Rangers, and you are working together to beat the monsters. So like it's a team game. So I don't know. It's kind of like a dumbed down version of D&D, I guess.
Okay, I gotcha.
I guess I don't know, but it's fucking fun. I know that much. And we, after much peer pressuring, Goat and I got Nicole and Jennifer to play with us.
So how much did Nicole hate it?
Well, here's the thing.
Ever since you sent us the picture, I've been very curious about that.
So they were side eyeing this fucking thing so hard, and she was like, "I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it." And at one point, I'm like, "Okay, remember that time I went fucking parasailing for you, and the time that I went goddamn snorkeling with you, and the times I've gone to the fucking ocean and do shit I don't want to do? Play this goddamn game."
Remember that time we watched The Bachelorette?
And she's like, "You know what? You kind of got me on that one." So she sat down.
Touche.
So you saved up all of that to get her to play a Power Rangers D&D game.
Well, I mean, like
You should have at least used one of them. Now you can't use the other one.
I don't like. No, seriously, I put my life on the line many times over the last 15 fucking years. I mean, I got more in the chamber.
And you said, "This is the hill I'm dying on."
And that hill is Power Rangers.
Throughout the first game, her and Jennifer were literally like on their phones most of the time, like making travel plans, not paying any attention. And then Jennifer left, and she was like, "All right, fuck it, let's do this thing." And you know what? She got into it.
Nice.
She got into it. She wanted to win. She was pissed off when we lost. She's fucking into it. So,
Which Ranger was she?
we got that second tier, so it came with a bunch of exclusives, and so she was the Ranger Slayer, and
Nice.
Ranger Slayer does not fuck around. She got some. She might be one of the baddest characters in the game.
Ranger Slayer.
Yeah, that's the hardened, older Kimberly from the future.
Oh, so this it looks like a pink Hawkeye.
Yeah,
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
Did you know there was a pink Hawkeye, Mahoney?
I did not. I didn't know there was a cable version of Tiffany.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Kimberly.
Good stuff. And then
No, in the future she's called Tiffany.
and then fucking
She only sings in malls.
just today, fresh out from San Diego, I got my
Oh my god.
Ghostbusters Optimus Prime in, and it's fucking magnificent, you guys. It's so great.
It really is something to behold.
And like, if you got that and you don't have the Ghostbuster mini mates, I feel bad for you.
Yeah,
because
your life
they're
is
perfect.
just lesser.
like, I mean, it's great that you got one and all. I mean, because I know they're hard to find, and they're already going for like $300 on eBay. These fucking things.
How have you not put
Jesus.
that on Instagram yet? I just went to your Instagram to see if I could find the pictures of the Optimus, but I had to go to our private message.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
do that.
he's got the fucking Optimus, Ghostbusters Optimus transformed into robot mode, standing in his trailer with the Ghostbusters mini mates all scattered around, and then Ectotron, Ghost, Starscream. It's like, I'm not a fucking Transformers guy, but this is cool.
Yeah, I
Just
took
the
another
whole
shot with them
thing.
all together, like around the firehouse. It's a thing of fucking beauty. So I will put it on the gram.
Doing it for the gram,
Night,
man.
So
Yeah, because
follow
like
me on the Instagrams at Leon Pages. It's some cool shit.
that
It's great.
Slimer is basically the same size as the Mini-Mate Slimer.
Yeah.
So it scales so well.
It's really fucking good. And the Optimus it's the same Slimer that came with Ectotron. It's just fully painted, which is kind of great. 'Cause the Ectotron one is just like a translucent green plastic.
Did not realize.
It's fucking magnificent. Like the little roller attachment, the little roller accessory, like has an attachment for the top of it that makes it look like a trap. It's so fucking cool.
So,
So speaking of Ghostbusters, there's a Ghostbusters Slimer pop where he's got a bunch of hot dogs in his mouth. And that pop is great because you can show people and say, "Look, they made a pop of your mom."
fucking got her.
If I had one complaint about the Optimus Ghostbusters, is that the proton pack he comes with is basically the same one that came with Ectotron, to the point to where the hose attachment has the pegs you need to peg it onto Ectotron, even though they don't peg onto anything on the Optimus.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Like, whatever. But small gripe for what is otherwise a magnificent fucking piece. It's great.
And
that's all I got. What's going on with you guys?
Well, you were talking about it before the show, and the box that the Ghostbusters Optimus came in, it had straps on it, and it looked like a proton pack, and you could wear it on your back like a backpack.
Fucking brilliant. The whole thing. It's the total package, as it were.
I don't know about brilliant. It's cute. I don't want to wear a cardboard box on my back like a backpack.
No, but like
You're gonna put it on.
But it's a sizable box. It's a big fucking package. So like, if you're at the convention, like strap that bitch on your back. Don't worry about carrying that big fucking box around all day. That's kind of cool.
Sounds like my worst goddamn nightmare.
Hey, dickhead, carry this around.
remember when we went to Comic Cons all the time, and now we can just sit back and be like, ugh, that looks terrible.
Yeah, remember the time when you were like, I wish we could go to San Diego Comic Con at some point,
right?
Remember when we didn't have an office?
Oh,
I feel like the new hot trend at Comic Con is to go to Comic Con and complain about how you're at Comic Con.
Oh man, yeah, saw a little bit of that.
We were ahead of that game where we said, no, this looks like it fucking sucks.
Yeah. It's crowded, and I'm sure it's an awful experience to be in a crowd that big. But, like, it's not a surprise. You know exactly what you're getting into.
You know what you're getting into. You've signed up for a specific thing.
I don't know why people are at Comic-Con being like, oh, God, there's people everywhere, and my back hurts. Like, relax. You're at Comic-Con.
Yeah, and guess what? You don't have to be there.
But I got to. But I like the stairs.
Zero says he put his Ghostbusters cardboard box proton pack on his wall. Look at that.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Oh, and he has the Lego sets. He doesn't have the Mini-Mates. That works. I feel like that works.
I think that works.
The Legos aren't as posable.
Yeah, but I think it works.
You can't make your own Kerouac out of Legos.
Oh, Kelly, did you hear the Kerouac convention got canceled?
Oh man, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
put your airline tickets back.
Since we're talking about it, and
there was a second where I thought you were gonna say, Kelly, you didn't hear Kerouac's dead.
He's dead, Kelly.
I thought I was going to be very insensitive.
So, a tweet comes across my timeline the other day. It was yesterday. And it was reply to this with your AOL Instant Messenger name. I'm like, this is a fun exercise. I was Deadman Walkin', WOKIN, and I was Homer J338. You can catch my ass on the Wizard forums. Like back in the day when it was just AOL, Wizard had like a tab that you could tab over to the Wizard forums on AOL. It was officially branded. It wasn't a fucking website. It was just like one of those features of AOL. And fucking Mahoney, my soulmate.
My goodness.
He says,
you posted that, and I stopped dead in my tracks and stared at it and was like, no.
So this
were you guys friends before you knew you were friends?
Yes!
Kelly! So this was, I had to have been 15, 16. So this was 97, 98, around then. And, the internet was just becoming a big thing, and I fucking loved Wizard Magazine. So, of course, I was going to be on the Wizard forums. And I was big into The Simpsons at the time. So, of course, I was going to be Homer J338. And Mahoney tweets at me, he said, "Did you used to sign posts with Homer Simpson's head?" And I go, "Yes." And I show him the exact signature, which is just a combination of parentheses and an 8 and an apostrophe. And he's like, on the AOL Wizard boards? And that's when it starts to hit me. I was like, oh my god, what did I do to Mahoney in a past life? I was like, please don't think lesser of me. I was 16.
No,
I can't believe I had you in my home.
I cannot fully explain. Like, I loved those message boards and the people on it, and very few more than Homer J338. Like, I have thought about this person who turned out to be nice very often in my life.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. And do you know what this means? I knew Nyes before I knew Kerouac.
Nice.
So, Nyes introduced me to all of you, basically.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
It was
what
like that scene in American Tail. You guys were just singing at the moon together. Didn't know it.
Right?
Star-crossed lovers.
Fucking Friday, 2 days before Nyes did it, I used that Homer Simpson head that he used to use because I still think it's really cool.
It's kind of scary.
It is, but like, it makes sense, doesn't it? Like, of course we would have been on the same place in the internet.
Yeah.
There weren't many places for people like us to go on the internet back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
This
What
fucking
the fuck were the rest of you doing?
yeah. Why weren't you guys there?
We missed AOL completely.
Yeah, no, I never did AOL.
Oh wow.
By the time I did AOL, it was just like I did AOL Messenger, but we never had like America Online proper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I never even had an AIM account name.
Instant
Same.
Messenger. It was like when you met somebody on MySpace, then it moved to Messenger, and then it was like, oh yeah, it's fucking business
MySpace
time.
was my first whatever.
Same.
Well, oh, not true. Jose had web
What?
TV.
Oh shit, I did. Fuck yeah.
So
Yeah. Nyes and I have known each other for years and years and years.
probably just generations, past lives,
Yeah.
Basically,
pretty much. And
we
I'm fine
spent
with that.
time in the Wild West.
Yeah. But I
Just
was
drawing Homer Simpson faces.
just like hieroglyphs. But when he
Like,
Oh no!
Young Mike Groening found them in a cave.
Like, turns out in a past life, Mahoney owned Nyes. It was super dark for a while.
hey,
No, the darkest timeline, the darkest one is when Nyes was Abraham Lincoln and Mahoney was Booth.
I love you, but I gotta do this, man.
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
He knows what he did.
yeah.
I'll see you on the Wizard forums.
And
What are
that's-
those? Can't tell you. Pow.
You'll love The Simpsons.
And that's why when he revealed that he recognized me, I my heart sunk because I was like, I don't know what I could have done. I wasn't the best person. I wasn't at the best point when I was 16 on the internet.
Nope. I
don't
disagree. I think you were great.
Well, that's very nice
How
of you to say.
fucking weird, you guys.
That is fucking weird. That is bizarre.
Well, so moving past that,
How can you?
hashtag justice for Belle Delphine. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
Man,
I told you shouldn't have fucked the fucking squid.
She didn't jerk off the squid, she just
Yeah.
rubbed it.
I feel like Jose reported one of her Instagram posts because
Yeah.
Well, number one, that I proved that today to be completely untrue, as I couldn't log into Instagram. So I
Somehow
have an
Travis
alibi,
logged in.
motherfuckers.
you guys dealing with Jose and his passwords and his logins, it is straight up like it makes me miss my grandpa. Oh, just screenshotting it and just trying to take him step by step, and I'm just trying not to get frustrated.
It was the phone.
Amazing.
The phone was the issue.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Well, it's the I haven't logged into any of that on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the first time I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Well-
that time the bank website was fucked up?
Yeah. Oh, and ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Yeah.
None of that my fault.
None
Remember
of
the
it.
time you walked around Boston for 3 hours?
Yeah, thanks, fucking goddamn Google Maps.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Hey, man, I just show up.
But great news
He's waiting
is
on you guys.
great news. Jose has Twitter on his phone now, so be sure to mention him in anything
shit.
cool you find.
About time.
We're pulling Jose back into Twitter, you guys.
Jose,
Yeah,
that's
I
where all my
think
good
I'm-
content is.
So, is Jose logged in on Instagram now?
Well,
Yeah, on my phone.
well, what
yeah.
we were
your
trying to
phone.
figure out was posting from the 11th hour Instagram to Facebook.
Yeah.
But he was like, but it just says it's my name. I was like, it says it's my name too, but it just goes to the account. It's hidden. I will give you that, Jose. That shit is hidden.
All right.
But
Well,
anyway,
Jose, if you're logged into Instagram, you got about 900 million memes to scroll through.
All right. Deal.
I hope we didn't use that Instagram message chain to talk about Jose at all.
I don't
Oh,
think
you guys
so.
are gonna get so busted. See, the truth always finds a way to come out.
Hey, man, confront me.
You're gonna make the beast come out.
I was ready to make amends to Mahoney. I'll make amends to you too. I was a different person a couple weeks ago when I wrote that thing on Instagram
Yeah, 'cause
Messenger.
I have a completely different story about somebody who used to signature his things with a Homer Simpson.
What is that story?
Back when I was on web TV. I don't know.
With the other three people?
Just all
Yeah,
kinds
but
of racist shit.
us three were angry. I don't know.
But yeah, Belle Delphine got banned from her Instagram.
I do not agree with this.
There's
This is some hoe shit.
And what are they citing the reason
Oh,
for?
shit.
Yeah, it's some hoe shit.
oh shit.
What is the exact reason she's banned?
Well,
Nudity and sexual posts.
right.
She's banned from what for doing that?
Instagram.
She's banned from Instagram for nudity and sexual posts. Instagram for that.
Right.
Yes.
The
Okay.
superior social media network.
Which
I feel like this is where Jose just reveals he trapped us, and he's completely correct in whatever he's about to say.
I just don't. I'm on her side. How are you going to get banned from that for sexual contact? When isn't that half of Instagram too?
No, Instagram.
You can find it, can't you? If
I mean,
you look,
I know that's half of my Instagram feed.
Instagram.
if you wanted to find, okay, so if I looked on Instagram for pussy, I'm not going to find it.
Probably not.
No.
Not explicitly.
now,
so,
if you looked on Twitter,
Yeah, you can
well,
find whatever you
it's
want
okay.
on Twitter.
So how much explicit is she over everyone else?
not at all.
Yeah,
really.
not at all.
well, her account's gone, so you can't even go back and look through and to see what could have possibly been the problem.
No, the proof.
I went
the
on a
proof.
pretty deep dive on the Belle Delphine because I was just so captured by the story.
Sure.
I mean, she ate an egg. How are you not going to scroll through her?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I had to go through the entire catalog. And like it's all tame shit compared to like some of the other stuff you see out there. Like it's just I think Jose was right in it's these fucking creepy weirdos that got pissed off when she didn't do porn.
Right.
That flagged
So-
her and reported her a whole bunch of times. That's all
Yeah.
it is. 'Cause,
If
like,
they know they're definitely never gonna fucking see her naked, then fuck you, get off my internet.
Well, no. Apparently,
Yeah.
her Patreon, she gets
It's
down.
down.
She gets down.
Okay, but that's Patreon though.
Okay.
What does that have to do with Instagram? If she's not doing it on, if that down and dirty is not on Instagram,
yeah, they got all pissed off for wasting our time liking her post, and she didn't do what she said she's gonna do. When she did that genius fucking thing she did.
Mhm.
You know what we need?
A
We
hero.
need a Belle Delphine superhuman collaboration.
I'm Belle Delphine, and I'm gonna fucking jerk off this octopus onto a microwave. Jerk this shit.
It is funny that Jose had such a problem with the octopus, and then we find this article, and they explicitly talk about the octopus.
They do. They fucking do.
But then they talk about that she promised porn for 1 million likes, and that didn't happen. And also, she
promised she'd make a Pornhub account.
And you know what? Kelly, what you do, Kelly? What you do, Kelly?
She made a Pornhub account.
That's right. And that's what I thought was interesting, putting that in there. Like, and it was like the last thing of the headline. It's like, oh, you're just sassy. She didn't do it.
Okay, I was thinking that the Pornhub thing and then the 1 million likes were two different scenarios. So we're talking they were mad about the Pornhub
not
troll
being Pornhub material.
You know what happened? She put a post up and she was like, if this post gets 1 million likes, I'll finally do it and make a Pornhub account.
Okay.
And it got like 4 million likes.
Yeah, I remember
that. People thought coming with the Pornhub account will come Pornhub content.
I thought we were talking she was promising porn on Instagram or
no.
Otherwise, other than the Pornhub promise.
And that's the other thing that is like, obviously Patreon, you've probably seen her completely naked.
Maybe.
That's the shit she's doing.
What they call it on Patreon, they use the word smutty a lot. So like maybe you'll see something, but I don't know, because what's her name? Bunny Ayumi does the same thing where it's like smut, but not like pornographic.
Yeah, well, you know, she has giant boobs and she puts like a fucking quarter over her nipples. Like, yeah, see, I'm not naked. Like, okay, all right. Okay, sure.
I'm fully covered.
I'm okay. I'm like, all right, sure. Do you, girl? Not mad about it. But yeah,
I don't know. If she's not getting any more naked than anybody else,
I wonder if any of it has to do with the fact that she was selling things on Instagram and they weren't keen on her making that money and not getting a cut.
Because she was getting a cut on her store.
She was what?
She was selling it on her own website, her own store. She didn't actually sell anything on Instagram.
Yeah, it's a little concerning that you can just decide to have a bunch of people report someone and get them banned.
Yeah, and then they're done without any fucking, especially from YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening a lot, though. Like, not just with, I mean, this is what people do now.
Juggalo John says there's a group of incels that are reporting porn stars and models. And maybe she got caught in that.
Checks out. Well, it's like there was this video game called Devotion by the team that made Detention last year, the year before. I think I talked about it on the show at one point. But the game got review bombed on Steam and pulled down because a bunch of Chinese people decided they didn't like that they made fun of their president in it. And the game got reviewed so bad that they had to pull it down, and they're never going to re-put it back up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's exactly the type of thing that's a little strange. That you can go through all the trouble, and then some group of people can be like, nah, kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel
it happens to James Gunn. It happens to... I mean, it's what happens. It's this whole targeted mentality. It fucking sucks, man.
Let's look at it this way. She's still got her Patreon. She's still got a Twitter. She's not verified on Twitter, but I think I'm following the correct account. And she seems industrious enough that this is just gonna be a mere bump in the road. Even if she has to rebrand completely, she's got a business brain up there.
Yeah,
behind those googly eyes.
She'll come back with a blue wig.
Sure,
ready to fucking blow your mind.
Respect for the game, man.
Big time.
But stop jerking off octopuses.
It upsets Jose. He doesn't like it.
It's pronounced octopi.
Even a little bit, and you like it. He hates it. He hates that shit.
Yeah, especially if some fucking like PETA dude liked one of your shits that you to see your Pornhub page. Get it from both ends.
But really, like, could you wish for a better life for that octopus or a better death? You know, like you're a star, octopus.
No, now you're just mocking him.
No, I feel like it was done with respect. The googly eyes.
I feel like at that moment in time, it was the most famous octopus in the world, Jose.
You know what's sad? This entire conversation can be about this octopus or Stanley.
It's true. It's true.
Damn.
True.
They stuck some googly eyes on him and jerked him off till he died.
Pretty soon, Ric Flair too.
Yep.
Ugh.
Jesus.
That Raw reunion last night was something else.
Stop doing this to yourself.
I don't regularly do that. I have not been watching, but I had nothing else planned. I actually, to be perfectly honest, I flipped between Raw and The Bachelorette.
Yeah, what I said that was the coleslaw of television.
Not wrong.
Just the worst ingredients.
And then we checked out that hot ass live action Lion King this past weekend, and
Yeah, Circle of Life,
and
baby.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
like,
pretty
why
good.
is it hot?
It's just hot. It's awesome.
Yeah,
It's hot off
fire.
the presses.
Oh, I was like, are they sexy animals?
I mean, some of the animals are sexy.
I mean,
It's
if
true.
you're into lions,
like they're not.
I'm not going to say they're not hot.
Yeah, they're not unattractive lions. You know, like
yeah, they're not like.
Pumbaa is kind of an eyesore, but they're all pretty hot.
Even he's cute in a
Yes.
uncute way.
I
Like,
gotcha.
why? What's up, Kelly? You trying
Just
to
a little cutie patootie.
But man, as someone who loves that original animated Lion King and the Broadway show, like, give me more. Give me every iteration of the Lion King. You want to do a photoreal, looks live action movie? Cool, I'm down. I loved every second of it.
And the opening was cool because they flipped it. Like all the Disney movies, the Disney Castle and shit, CG now. But because the movie CG, they opened with a
It was like a hand-drawn.
animated. which
That's
was kinda
cool.
It was interesting. Like, you didn't really get it as it was happening. And then you were like, oh, fuck. Look at that. Look at these guys.
Respect. And they had fucking doo-doo play. Come on, who's not into doo-doo play?
Yeah. It's a lot of it is shot for shot, word for word type stuff, but they add enough stuff in there that makes it its own thing. And obviously visually it's wildly different. But yeah, there's this whole, like, it's almost like the feather in Forrest Gump situation with this little tuft of hair. You get to follow its journey. It's pretty funny. Real funny.
As it grows into a lion, it becomes the king.
Timon and Pumbaa were the standouts for sure, and I think
Yeah.
they got to be the most. They got to kind of riff the most because, you know, comedy is very generational. So those same jokes from Timon and Pumbaa from the cartoon don't really translate in new movies these days. You know, we love it. So you got Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner kind of doing new jokes, and it's good. They're great.
Confirmed bachelor.
Yeah.
They're straight up nihilists. Like,
Can we break for a second and talk about how Kelly's typing out a ransom note on a typewriter?
Oh, sorry, I'm playing pinball. on
I
my
thought
phone.
he had a pair of those wind-up chattering teeth on his desk. Just
Sorry, I'm playing pinball on my Switch.
Like, if you ever want to see them again, you'll drop 15 Japanese cartoons at the docks midnight.
Great.
so what the fuck?
Signed the beast.
So what the fuck have you guys done for the past couple of weeks? We missed you guys.
Very much so.
It's G1 season, so I've been watching a whole lot of wrestling.
Ugh.
I watched, as Mahoney
Oh, a
mentioned
big
earlier,
change of pace for Kelly.
Yeah, I watched Peter Pan, which is DDT's big show. I was going to tell you guys to watch it because it's 6 hours and 50 minutes long.
Jesus.
That was the video file, and it was free on DDT Universe. You could watch it. One of the highlights to me was the Epon Light Bulbs presents a single light tube deathmatch.
Wait, so an actual light bulb company sponsored a light tube match?
Yeah, and it was a single light tube, and it was you couldn't break it or you'd lose.
Oh,
You could throw your opponent onto it, and they would break it, and they would lose.
You
But
couldn't actually physically hit them.
Wow.
But yeah, you yourself, you couldn't hit them with it. It was amazing. It was like just this exercise in building tension as they did all this shit and still were not breaking it. Like at one point they're just throwing it back and forth at each other like it was a water balloon.
Hot potato.
Hot potato.
Yeah.
Like it was a water balloon.
Yeah. And finally it was eventually broken when Asuka, different Asuka, not WWE Asuka, went for a kick on the head to the guy, and he just grabbed the light tube off the ground and put it up, so she kicked it and broke it.
Oh man.
So they don't own the name Asuka. They just specifically wanted to own the name Cody.
Well, no,
Yeah.
Asuka is like in Japanese. That's like Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is Cody not a common name?
Well, he can be
in
Cody.
America, Cody means Cody.
He can be Cody. Like he's Cody. He just can't
Yeah.
be Cody Rhodes because they own Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So it's more the Rhodes than the Cody.
No, it's the Cody Rhodes, the combination of the two.
So could he be Rhodey Codes?
He sure could.
Forever now,
Who's that
Rhodey
in the
Codes.
impact zone? It's
What
Rhodey
about-
Codes.
Can he be Cody R. Hodes? Can he be that?
I mean, yeah, but is that better than Cody?
Yeah.
No.
He's Rhodey Codes. I don't give a fuck. That's his name now. Rhodey goddamn Codes.
MJF calls him the roller codester.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's
that's
true.
good too.
Ugh. Nonsense.
Mahoney would have appreciated the battle royal on Peter Pan, because at one point this dude he's not a wrestler. I've never seen him before. I think he's just some guy on a talk show. But he comes to the ring in like this green bodysuit and then proceeds to just grab people and try and lick the back of their knees.
Oh,
I don't want that in
Why?
my life.
Respect.
Because he's a weird pervert. I don't know.
what a horrible experience that would be.
Exactly. That makes him the ultimate villain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sweet.
So
Sweet
he was
gimmick.
in that match, and then he showed up again later in the Weapons Rumble, where it was the two guys, and then every minute or so a new weapon was introduced. He was one of the weapons. So, of course, he comes in and tries to tackle the guy and lick his legs.
I would not like that.
Absolutely
Yeah, no.
disgusting. I don't think I would like having my knees licked any more than I would like licking a knee.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not
Mahoney-
sure which would be worse.
I
in
think
the Battle Royal, he would have also appreciated Antonio Honda doing his story. So he in his matches, most often as he gets into the ring, he trips and falls and hurts his knee. And then before he retires forever, he always wants to tell a story. And it usually involves Gone the Fox. And most often, Gone the Fox goes somewhere and then runs into someone with a big dick.
Like you do.
Yeah. So he formed the Big Dick Avengers.
Jesus Christ.
Makes
And
sense.
you had like 9 people all making fox faces with their hands while the Avengers theme played in the background. And then they went to go poke a dude in the eye all at the same time.
That's I swear to God, I think you're making this shit up.
It'd be less weird if I tried to make it up.
This
I
is
can't-
exactly the type of thing I would describe if I was trying to convince someone that wrestling was. If I was trying to convince someone of a bunch of fake wrestling bullshit, just to hear them tell someone else about it and then
Yeah.
laugh.
No, this all happened. I watched it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And then the main event was awesome. Konosuke Takeshita faced Tetsuya Endo for the KOD openweight title. And
So many words. Jesus.
they
Tits
fucking
over
killed
Endo.
it. Like, I went the full 5 stars on the match. It's incredible.
Oh
Like,
my God. Hey, can we
So
talk about
good.
how you use quarter stars? What is the purpose of this?
Well, it's
Have
to
you never
differentiate.
seen a rating before?
Yeah,
You
but
don't
it's-
use quarter stars.
Yeah, it's
You can use
nuanced
quarter
though.
stars. Yeah.
No. I know precisely one person who uses quarter stars.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
It's me. I did it. And then,
There was just some kid from your childhood who posted a bunch of
Yeah,
quarter
Yeah.
star reviews.
Turns out it's Kelly.
it's been me all along.
I knew Kelly when he was 6.
Yep.
Back when he
Reviewing
talked to
wrestling
strangers on
matches.
the internet.
Yep. So yeah, the G1's been going on too. A lot of good stuff in there. John Moxley's been killing it. Like he's been having a great run. With
Yeah, he
so
is.
far.
He is working hard, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking jacked.
Oh
So
yeah.
fuck it, let's have fun.
And this most recent Road to All Out video, like, he just looks like he's a superstar. Like, and they never really treated him like that, except for when he was in the Shield.
Yeah. And we also have to talk about how he's fighting Josh Barnett at the September Bloodsport.
I mean,
I wondered what happened to Josh Hartnett.
I like the explanation in the Road to All Out that he's, competing in the G1 and all that to kind of figure Kenny Omega out. Like that's his turf. So he wants to get in there and train like Kenny Omega would train. So I'm interested to see if the Josh Barnett thing comes into storylines at all. Like he's been stuck in this rut for so long. He's trying to learn as much as he can and absorb it and become, the best.
Yeah. And it's cool because he was at the show this year. Like he was just in the crowd watching, and now he's gonna be on the show.
Fuck, was he? Did we talk about that?
He and Regal were at the WrestleMania weekend Bloodsport.
Yes.
Did you say Wriggle?
Yes, Rob Riggle.
Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle is the color commentator on that Steph Curry mini golf show.
Oh, he is. I saw an episode of that the other day.
It's
It
stupid.
was it was anticlimactic. Not recommended. See Gator Basement before you watch that.
Co-signed. What about you, Jose? What's going on?
Some fucking turtles in the mail. Speaking about San
that's
Diego.
right.
Hell yeah.
Friday by 5 p.m. is what it says.
By Sunday of Comic-Con, Jose was like, all right, let's fucking end this show already so I can get my goddamn turtles in the mail.
And just got an email saying that, week after San Diego, we're going to start shipping them out, but it could be later because of the high volume. And I was like, no, this shit ain't getting here till fucking December.
They were pretty quick last year,
They
I feel.
Yeah, surprisingly quick.
Actually, no, now
They
that
were
I think
on
of it, I think I posted the Where Are the Turtles gif probably for a few weeks, so. And then they just showed up one day when I wasn't even home.
Somebody could have walked off with them. But they're about to get put to good use, motherfuckers.
I'm very happy for you, Jose.
Do you want to?
No.
You don't even want to talk about that one.
It'll spoil the whole thing.
You don't even want to talk about that one bit?
Which one bit?
That one bit.
All right.
Kind of sounds like you're doing the thing Kelly does with his pops.
Well,
just
kind
be
of.
careful how close.
No. You mean Amiibos?
How close you
Oh,
put
yeah,
smoke bombs
Amiibos.
to your toys.
Yeah. One of Jose's toys did take a load to the face.
Whoa.
And then
Jesus.
Knew
once the proverbial smoke cleared, we were like, "Oh God! Oh God!"
He's fucking blue.
Do you guys?
Cut!
Do you guys?
Cut!
Know, do you guys know that they sell gender reveal smoke bombs at Walmart now?
Nope.
God, I move.
They do.
Wait, so you guys weren't just coming on toys in the forest?
That is some real white people shit right there.
Yeah.
But hey, it worked out for us.
Yeah.
We went to this one spot. It was an ice cream place, thinking that they had dry ice because that's what Google told us. We go up there and the guy's like, "No, no dry ice." Jose's like, "Cool, one ice cream, please."
I mean, how do you go to an ice cream and then not get ice cream?
It was 11 in the morning.
I don't give a fucking little for it in the morning.
I don't know. Ice cream for breakfast.
If they're
doesn't sound bad.
open,
Yeah, 11 is basically lunchtime. You can eat ice cream at 11.
you've never had brunch ice cream? You haven't lived.
Yeah, Bryce cream. Come on.
Ice cream.
That's one of the other things we talked about on the show last week.
Yeah, Bryce cream.
Rice cream. What other? We did our top six on what other brunch foods do we love?
Yeah.
Remember that time we went and got WCW Thunder tickets, and then we went to Twisty Treat, and your cousin poured a beer into a vanilla sundae?
Sounds about right.
Sounds absolutely terrible.
I didn't say it was good. I just
Ugh.
said it sounds about right.
Like a beer float.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, those are the days.
On that same trip, we were coming back. We saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan at the ticket on sale, and coming back, we stuck one of our friends in the trunk. And
oh yeah. So we stick him in the trunk because we had no room, and he's like, "Well, I'll just ride in the trunk. It'll be okay."
And plus, we were fucking young blowhards. We thought we were
Yeah, we
funny.
didn't give a fuck. Trunk. Yeah, fuck yeah, get in the trunk. Fucking cocksucker, let's go. But
When did
he
you become
decides
from Boston?
pop out of the fucking trunk in the middle of the road, cop behind us. Thanks. You guys got a fucking dude in your car?
Yeah, we got pulled over at a gas station because we had a dude in our trunk, and talking to the cop, and the cop's like, "Well, can you let him out?"
It's like, not really. This is kind of fun.
Yeah, I guess.
What a day.
That's excellent.
You know.
I look forward to this mystery project.
I'll tell you guys later. But
Well, obviously, yeah. But,
I ain't telling
for these
everybody
guys,
now.
it'll be mystery. Like,
Jose went. I sent Mary a text at one point yesterday, and I said, "Jose has gone full galaxy brain."
I will tell you. So I want to do a fake trailer or a fucking fuck it. Let's do it. Let's
Do a
it
real
for real.
trailer. Fuck it.
Let's get this crowdfunded and fucking. I joked with him. I told let's get Luke in it and make it a semi horror. Sound of Music 2, where the Von Trapps didn't all make it out, but the youngest daughter or son, whoever he did. So it's like fucking flash forward 40 years later, he's coming back for revenge.
For blood.
So, like, the surviving Von Trapp is just a Nazi hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's
okay.
he's hunting all the Nazis that like got to escape.
TM, the 11th hour, 2019.
Yeah.
So he's like gonna go to Brazil and hunt down Hitler.
Yeah, it's like that
Yeah.
Magneto movie.
All of it. Ooh, yeah. I guess
so.
It's fucking.
Were you
Magneto,
watching The
the
Sound
movie.
of Music, and this came to you, or how did this
No,
come to you?
I was having a conversation with Nate, and we're talking about
Nazis.
the just Hollywood's fucking regurgitation of everything,
Yeah.
and then Mary Poppins, and then
Looking-
I just riffed that. Like that came to me. I was like, ooh,
Zibbit
Sound of
about
Music. Sound of Music too, and I fucking shot it all out to him, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And I said, "Nope, that's a hit." I liked your response.
I'm
That
into
means
it.
I'm onto something.
And in this climate, oh man,
Oh, yeah. That's
it's what the people want.
yeah.
Or
That's
they
what they-
think it's offensive.
It's offensive to be a hero,
Well,
or do they find revenge offensive?
they would think that the Nazis are just misunderstood people.
Yeah, there's very fine people on both sides of that argument. Jose.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You gotta really think about both sides.
So says the president.
Yeah.
He wouldn't lie to us.
I believe it.
All right, so we want to take a break and then come back and talk San Diego.
I think we should, in fact, take a break and come back and talk about San
So
Diego.
I've got a Popcast Classic for this week. I was going to forego it this week just because it's been difficult for me to kind of dig. But then while we were at Mahoney's, I got a Twitter message from J-Pop, shout out J-Pop, asking, we had said something on one show, and he was like, so who was this guest that you guys hated? I was like, what? You got to give me a little bit more context. And he's like, yeah, you guys said that you like went on this awful show and they were a bad guest or whatever. And I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. I see it now. We were talking about how we got our start kind of on the awful show and we were an awful snack. And I explained that to him. And so, yeah, I pulled the intro from the first ever Popcast. When we were an awful snack, and it is Lee leading things out, Kerouac, and myself. So
I remember at the end of that episode being like, oh, thank God, we made it an hour. Goodbye.
So yeah, not the funniest Popcast classic you're going to hear, but boy, oh boy, it's
Definitely, probably the oldest.
It's a classic, that's for sure.
Probably the oldest.
The only thing that could be
Intro
older...
of the first episode.
The only thing that could be older is Kerouac and Lee went on the Awful Show as guests like a month beforehand to kind of promote. So
The spin-off episode.
I
where
don't
they
know.
introduce the new characters, and then they.
I don't
spin
know
off.
if that exists anywhere. I went on the Awful Show website today to try and find it, but I assume they had everything on TalkShoe as well. So maybe someone has that Popcast interview Awful Snack out there, and if you do, hit it up, and we'll pull that audio.
Cool. That'd be cool. Fun to hear that, just because. Yeah, I remember we had a whole bunch of people in the chat that day, and I did not. They did a live show as well, but I did not know at the time that they did the interview first, and then they would cut it into the show for the download.
Right.
So the live show did not have the interview, and so we fucking blew up the chat. And then like when they skipped over the interview, I thought maybe they play it during the live, whatever. I got so many text messages like, "Wait, what the fuck? It's late, and we're like, what the shit? This is not gonna happen." I didn't know, but thanks for hanging out, everybody.
It's true.
Yeah, enjoy this. We're back in a minute.
All right. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lee Rodriguez, and with me is Jason Kerouac and Jason Nyes, and we are from PanelsOnPages.com, welcoming you to this, the inaugural edition of our Awful Snack that we will affectionately refer to as our Popcast. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Hello.
That's right. Good night, good evening. You know, it's all the same shit. So, for those of you that don't know,
For the show.
we run a little website. We were on the Awful Show about a month and a half ago. Went really well. And so now you get to listen to us on a weekly basis. You have not, however, heard Jason Nyes yet. Say hi, Nyes.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, no nervous laughter from this one.
That's true. You do have a habit of that, Kerouac.
It's true. It's true, I do. I won't. Maybe.
Yeah, so you guys thought that show was good. Prepare for this triad of awesomeness.
Indeed.
And there it goes.
Veritable Triforce of power.
All right. So, if you're interested, you can check us out at PanelsOnPages.com, where you can sign up for our delightful message board. It is a asshole-free zone because we run it like that. You also find links to the MySpace page, all kinds of stuff, daily updates. It's pretty fun times. Everyone likes it. You should like it too. Tell all your friends about it.
Yeah, have we had anybody that doesn't really like it? Except for that one guy. What was it? Scott likes to curse, something like that?
Yeah, Scott likes to curse was bitching me out. But, you know, I think he came around. We had a nice little dialogue there.
You're able to convert him, sort of.
Mm. We've already got some converts from Nyes' FX show.
How's the second episode coming for that video?
The second episode is ready to rock and roll if it weren't for YouTube being such a little bitch. So we probably need to work on getting some sort of FTP deal going on so we can upload our videos and not have to deal with YouTube, and it's bullshit.
I could probably make that happen.
Someday.
Such a sedate show.
Well,
I'd like to
I hate
think
to
of
be
myself.
so hard, but I could not miss that.
I like to think of myself as a charismatic person. I don't recognize that fucking guy.
You seemed like
You
half
sounded-
asleep.
You sounded like a completely different person.
Well, you guys are like, well, welcome to the show.
Jesus.
we were
No
all
nervous
terrified.
laughter from this one.
I guess not.
Whoa.
Fucking
At
nerd.
some point, I'm like, how much longer is this? Because this
Yeah.
is hurting me.
You guys had got some long pauses in there, just no energy. It was great. Got that ASMR stuff going.
Kerouac's like, what's the name of that one specific guy we fought with on the forum?
God.
So yeah, that it's probably from April 2009, so a good chunky 10 years.
Yeah.
God, that was Lee's NPR voice.
Yeah. And I remember people giving me shit for my voice back then. I'm like, that's just kind of how I talk.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Panels on Quiet Pages podcast.
Oh
Welcome to this Popcast.
We weren't even live then.
no.
We're gonna read comics very quietly.
Well, and obviously the audio wasn't the best either. I'm sure we dealt with audio problems for an hour and a half before we even started that show.
Almost certainly. Yeah. So
Lee took a nap.
we got better at that. That's good.
Some 476 episodes later, and one day we'll get the hang of it.
Fucking hell.
I didn't mean to bring you down, Lee.
Well, Lee, sometimes you just need to reflect on your past.
Woo!
Sometimes you go back in time and discover that you talked like this.
And just think,
my first, and I think it was. I think it was probably me being self-conscious of the fact that I tend to speak quickly.
well,
I am a host.
And just overcorrecting big time.
I am a host.
and you had a fucking
Allow
baby.
me to host.
You had a baby at the time too.
Oh, I did have a baby at the time. That's right.
You had a baby and you were living in an apartment.
I have a baby. And I live in
There's a lot working
you were
against
doing
us
a
then.
Barack
Jesus
Obama
fuck.
impression.
That is not fair at all, Kelly. How do I drop him? Oh, good times.
My first reaction was, oh god, that guy sounds like a baby. Listen to his little baby voice.
Well,
I'm like, oh god.
And we start talking about, it
It's
was
a slow baby.
it was a couple weeks after me and Jose went to that FX show, and then I just started to get like cold sweats about. Remember when I was trying to find that one chick that we interviewed? Like I was plastering the internet looking for this one girl.
I thought that was some
Yeah.
weird inside joke where they were talking about you having a show on the channel FX.
No, you didn't pick up that from those 3 fucking charisma vacuums that was happening. Jesus.
And like right when we started the show, there were people who were like, "Yeah, I don't listen to podcasts," or like, "Yeah, I can't really listen to that. It doesn't sound very good." And it's like, "What the fuck, man? Support us." This is quality content.
Well, I think we should get on with the rest of the show.
Shit. Have not done this one in a while, so how about a little bit of this?
We'll do it live. Okay. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Fuck it!
In 5, 4, 3.
This is the Pop Top 6-Pack of News for July 23rd, 2019, San Diego Comic-Con edition.
Fucking thing sucks!
You guys didn't see it. I did big hands at the end, like big wide arms.
Nice.
It was cool.
I saw it. I
It was
could
fun.
see it in my head. It was great.
So yeah,
I felt it.
we're not going to do the headlines, but we do have 6 stories, 6 things that popped out at us about this San Diego Comic-Con. We're just going to go through them and chat about them a little bit. I think we might have some thoughts on this little Marvel panel they had on Saturday night, where Kevin Feige came out, dropped his pants, and said, "Look at this PowerPoint behind me with 10 untitled dates. Are you ready for this?" And everybody's like, "Oh fuck! Oh
You're
fuck!"
not even paying attention to my dick right now.
He's about to drop some fucking knowledge on our asses. So let's go through. I do believe they started with Eternals. So they brought out director, who is Ben tweeted at us. Director Chloe Zhao, or Zhao, Zhao. Ben's a big fan of hers, and she's going to be directing the Eternals. We got Angelina Jolie. We got Salma Hayek. We got Elton John's business partner / lover, who is also, get out of here, Jose going to Vegas.
Just letting you know, Vegas, baby.
Half an hour, Jose's going to be in Vegas.
Jesus.
What else? Who else was in Eternals? Oh, Paperboy.
Paperboy.
Fucking Paperboy is a Marvel superhero now.
Kumail Nanjiani's in there.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think, too.
Kumail. I completely forgot about Kumail. Eternals is one of those where, like, I don't fucking know the Eternals from Dave, but...
So did they abandon... Call it for the Eternals? What was...
Inhumans?
Black Bolt? No,
Inhumans?
Yeah, Inhumans.
Yeah, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's funny that you brought that up.
Very similar concept in somebody came to Earth and did some experiments, and now people have superpowers. So,
but it's so funny because the way that what they've done with Captain Marvel and everything, like the Kree are kind of players in the MCU now, that them having fucked the Inhumans so early on is kind of a shame.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, multiverses, man.
Yeah, it's up for grabs.
Or it would honestly not surprise me if they just said, "Nah, ignore it."
Yeah,
Like,
lump it in.
sucked.
Lump it in
sucked,
like they're
we weren't
obviously
happy with it, and we're gonna redo it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
obviously
that was on TV. It didn't matter.
Yeah, they're obviously doing that with the Netflix shows. So
Yeah, his answer to everything is what show?
Yeah, exactly.
like,
what do you mean? What show? What's the
no
answer?
one's gonna be pissed if they redo the Inhumans, but right.
Yeah, they already show they don't give a fuck with the Blade cast.
Ah!
Oh, did I ruin it? Is that a surprise?
Spoiler alert!
What'd they do?
Go pee!
Oh man! No one knew.
No, we all knew. I was just
Next
saving
up
that.
was
I know
the
That-
Disney Plus show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes, which
Man,
they did a reveal of Baron Zemo in the mask is going to be a part of that.
between this and all the other shows they talked about, like, they're doing with these what we all kind of hoped they would do with the Netflix shows.
Right,
Yeah.
which is a shame.
What they kind of implied they were going to do with the Netflix shows, and what I think they would have done with the Netflix shows if the TV and movie segments hadn't broken off into separate things.
But, you know, even looking back and looking at how they did this panel where it was they were announcing movies and TV shows, they never had that synergy with the Netflix shows.
Because these shows are Marvel Studios productions,
Right.
not Marvel TV productions.
Right.
Yeah, this is some unprecedented shit. Like, no one's ever done anything like this before.
So, yeah, Eternals is November 5th, 2020. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I believe, is that fall?
Fall, yeah. This fall right now.
I can't believe they didn't rename it. Like, that was their perfect opportunity to call it Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Captain America and Captain America.
Yeah, but he could still be... Okay, in the comics,
Who's the
Sam
captain?
Wilson was Captain America. They no longer called him Falcon. They called him Captain America?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was a whole thing, not my Captain America, shit like that.
Well, they kind of joked about it on stage. They were kind of passing the shield around, so maybe it's a matter of he hasn't fully committed to it yet. And these are supposed to be limited series, is my understanding, so maybe it's that at the end of those 6 episodes, he's finally fully embraced it.
Sure.
Okay, I can see that.
So yeah, that's fall 2020. We've
February
got
21, we got this fucking Shang-Chi movie.
Oh my god. That looks great.
We were talking about this Shang-Chi movie. And the main actor basically called Marvel out on Twitter and was like, "What's up with the Shang-Chi movie?" And they hired him. And this was a year ago, I feel like he tweeted at Marvel. And they literally signed him the Tuesday before Comic-Con, before the announcement. And he's just this sexy-looking Asian dude, Chinese Canadian. I believe his name is Simu Liu. And
yeah, I think so.
They announced, it's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, so they're bringing the real Mandarin in. So
I wonder if they're gonna make the Mandarin his dad.
I would imagine.
Because Fu Manchu is his dad in the comics, but you can't do Fu
the Mandarin.
Manchu.
The Mandarin is his dad in the Ultimate Comics.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of
So
like
there's already a precedent.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
You wouldn't think on paper a Shang-Chi movie would be possibly one of the biggest movies of all time, but then when you figure in how big China has become,
This is a really smart move.
a ticket-buying
No,
public,
it's going to be huge.
and then just the Marvel branding of it, and then even looking at like a movie like Crazy Rich Asians, like this might literally be the biggest movie of all time.
It's an underserved population for sure.
Yeah, no, it's going to be massive.
It's going to be great.
Okay. They cast the white guy as the lead.
Like having the Mandarin in it and the actual real Mandarin in it is cool. Like, go on a quest to get some rings or something. Who even knows?
Or just have the Mandarin and have the Ben Kingsley Mandarin just like fucking strung up the whole movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like kill him immediately in the movie, just to see it on screen. But like, give me the Agents of Atlas characters in this movie.
That's where I was going next. Like, talk to me, Mahoney, about some Shang-Chi adjacent characters that we can put in these movies.
Okay, so there's the Agents of Atlas, which is, Gorilla Man and the Human Robot and Venus and Namora. You can put Namora in and get you your introduction to Atlantis. And then Shang-Chi also opens the door to the most important MCU character of all, Razor Fist.
Yep.
2023, we could be watching a Razor Fist limited series on Disney Plus.
We sure could.
And it's just like 6 episodes of him trying to open a door.
He's just stuck.
Is Fat Ninja a Shang-Chi character?
Fat Cobra.
Iron Fist.
Fat Cobra.
He's not, but he could be.
He could be.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, they did Bride of Nine Spiders in that one episode of Iron Fist, and I was so excited, and they didn't do fuck all of the rest of them.
No.
Unless that happened in season 2, which I still have not watched.
Didn't they? They did a couple in season 2.
Okay, that's cool. All right, cool.
Okay, we all kind of shat on the WandaVision name originally.
It's an objectively bad name.
Because from outside looking in, it looks like a ship name, like Benifer or whatever. Yeah. But when they explain it as maybe this is possibly inside her mind, like after Infinity War and Endgame, she's just broken. And
it's not Wanda and Vision, it's Wanda Vision.
Right. It's Wanda's vision. And, in Civil War, they kind of had her locked up. So if she's really kind of coming apart at the seams, maybe they got her in some S.H.I.E.L.D. basement. They got some. They're using Tony Stark / Mysterio's barf technology to kind of soothe her. So she's built this nuclear family with Vision in the 50s, and that's what she's living through. But she's kind of coming apart in the real world. And then
they got her sedated enough to think she's living in reality.
Right. Right.
And then maybe
in this cage.
She finds out it's not reality and she just loses it on everybody.
But she plays with it plays along for a while. She'll probably start fucking with it, like killing people knowing that it's not real, just to see if they'll break.
Or maybe it's a matter of like her mind gets away from her and it gets too hot, too intense up in Wanda's vision.
Talk about too hot.
And then that series is supposed to lead directly into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Which is a dope-ass name.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, that's not fucking real, is it? That's fucking awesome. Who has the balls that in the Thor title? I was like,
yeah, I was going to say, it's not even the craziest title of the bunch.
They said, fuck it, man.
Yeah, I loved the fucking titles, and the goddamn logo is so loud.
Which one?
The Thor one? The Thor
logo?
The
Thor logo is so fucking
great.
loud.
Yeah.
The fucking Loki logo is absolute garbage, but the Thor logo is great.
I didn't fully understand the Loki. Like, I get... Maybe it just doesn't make sense now until we see what those other fonts play into. Or
maybe like it's Loki through different eras, perhaps.
Right.
Each font represents something we don't know about yet.
Maybe he just communicates by cutting things out of magazines.
Well, that's the L in the Hulk logo, the O in the Thor logo.
Oh, I didn't know that was the L in the Hulk logo.
So that's what I'm saying is those fonts mean something.
I don't recognize the K in the top.
I just assumed it was, through the ages, a kind of thing.
Yeah, but maybe it's selective. Maybe he goes back and fucking Homeboy's playing the Hulk.
So yeah, it's supposed to be Loki directly after he steals the Tesseract. They confirmed it, and the last thing that happened to him was the Hulk smashed the shit out of him. So he's that Loki, pissed off with a Tesseract running through time like Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
like
so
it.
why wouldn't he go back and fuck with the Hulk?
Why wouldn't he? Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, might as well.
And then I was kind of thinking, okay, well,
What if he goes back and it turns out he accidentally becomes the reason the Gamma accident happens?
maybe. I mean, he is the god of mischief. He kind of sets it all up.
Yeah. So he goes back to torment Bruce Banner when he's Bruce Banner, and he accidentally sets the chain of events that creates the Hulk.
That's a causality loop, and I hate that shit. I don't want that.
Sorry.
I don't want that. That's some John Connor bullshit.
But we also skipped over the fact that they said Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is going to be the first MCU horror movie.
I like it. I'm 1,000% into that.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
And there's the What If cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah, the What If. Holy shit.
With Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher narrating all the episodes.
That's fun.
They're
And
bringing back
fucking-
all the original cast for voices.
And then fucking Renner and the Hawkeye show using the straight up Fraction Aja logo, which I'm super on board with.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, Mahoney. What did you get? What is your impression of what they said about the Hawkeye show?
Oh, I thought you were going to say an erection. I think.
How big? Did it tip over the table?
I mean, I think it's going to be exactly what we expect it to be. It sounds like it's set during the snap. So
between snap and blip.
I had before everybody comes back. So they snap, and it's while he's out there doing his Ronin work.
Yeah, there's 5 years. There's plenty of time to fill in. Have him buy an apartment building, deal with some Russians, kill a bunch of Yakuza, train Kate Bishop, and then once the blip happens, there's a Kate Bishop in this world now.
Yeah,
already
she's already around.
Yeah, like pre-made. Here we go. Here's a brand new character ready to go. We can just insert her.
Avengers.
Insert her right into the universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it'll be. I mean, obviously, I think it'll be great, but I think it's an excellent way to do it, to just kind of take that empty space and fill it in. Because they had the rumors that they were going to do the Hawkeye show. They had the rumors that it was going to have Kate Bishop, and I was like, how's this going to work? Like, his whole family comes back and they like kick him out? And
you know what I mean? A protege.
Like, yeah, like, I don't understand. So it makes perfect sense to happen during that time frame.
All right, we kind of mentioned it before, but Thor: Love and Thunder. It was at that point where they're kind of describing what the plot is going to be, where it's like, oh, okay. So they've just essentially, with this Phase 4, and that's what all these 10, or actually 11 things are. Was it 10? No, it was 10. Is they're building their new Avengers. You got,
yeah.
So they announced Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be about Valkyrie needs to find her queen, essentially, is what she said. Like, with some real gay vibes. Tessa Thompson's like, oh yeah, Valkyrie's the king now. She got to find her queen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think this Thor movie is going to be super gay, and I'm into it.
And then they're like, okay, you know what else? We brought Natalie Portman back, and she's going to be Thor. She's going to be the Jason
She
era.
ain't mad at us anymore. We good.
Apparently, Taika Waititi had a meeting with Natalie Portman and probably laid it all out. And
handed her
also
a trade paperback of Jason Aaron's Thor, but like, we want to make this.
And also, they had 5 or 6 giant cartoon money bags. Like, oh, okay. Remember when you were pissed that they fired the women director on Dark World, and you've kind of been on the outs? How about this? How about we pay you a shitload? Also, you get to be Thor. Are you in or are you out? And I said this privately, but all those shots of her holding Mjolnir,
I love it.
She holds Mjolnir like she's in one of those stepsister pornos, and Step Bro just pulled his dick out.
I was talking to Goat about it, and we kind of thought that'd be kind of cool. That like, what if she's, Jane Foster, and they bring in like some fucking jack chick to be Thor, because that's part of what made the the Thor run with her interesting is that no one knew that it was Jane Foster because Jane Foster at the time was a cancer patient.
Sure. Like they could have
Thor.
They could have
Oh,
Natalie
so then
Portman.
they still fucked her. They're like, she shows up ready to be Thor, and they're like, no, this is Thor. And fucking Gina Carano comes out.
No, they could have her do the heavy like cancer patient stuff and have another jacked woman be Thor, or they
They'll do
could
like
just
Captain America. They'll put her head on something.
they could just let her be Thor, and she could maybe get a little jacked.
But she's gonna do a lot of work. She weighs about 87 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. She ain't starting with she ain't the thickest start.
She did come out and say that she's gonna get jacked, so I think the
but
intention is for her to play it.
Good for her.
Look at Chris Pratt.
Look at
yeah, but Chris Pratt started thick.
Look
So
at
he-
Gal
all he did
Gadot
was
though.
just change
You sound like
chunky
Mac.
to rip.
You sound like Mac on Always Sunny. Just adding bulk.
She has to cultivate mass.
Muscle.
But what I'm saying is like she's a petite.
She is. But look at Gal Gadot. She wasn't fucking buff back then.
Yeah,
She
but-
was a supermodel.
She still doesn't
Well, I mean, Gal
look
Gadot was in, like,
intimidating
Special
as
Forces,
Wonder Woman. She looks a good Wonder Woman, but she's still not physically intimidating as Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Okay, well, Leah Ripley. Who are you going to be more afraid to fight if it showed up? That Leah Ripley or Gail Gadot?
My daughter's name is Rhea Ripley.
Well, whatever the fuck her name is. I
And
don't
both
know.
of them would intimidate me just fine, thank you.
That's not an
Guys
answer
will
to the
fight both
question.
of them at the same time.
just
I
saying.
said, they could take it either way, I feel.
Well, no, I'm fine with them just saying she's strong, even though she's not fucking jacked. But I don't think she's gonna come back jacked.
She'll how about this? She'll tone.
No, yeah, she
Oh, for sure.
she
But,
will
you know,
tone.
Chris Hemsworth just has what you might call superior genetics on that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Even Hemsworth, I'm pretty sure, was not fucking petite when he started. He still was.
Yeah, I could go to the gym every day the rest of my life, and I'm not gonna look like Chris Hemsworth does in that Thor movie.
Right. Chris Hemsworth was pretty tiny. But Brie Larson is a tiny little thing.
That's true.
And she's still not, she's not jacked.
She's
No, but she was pushing giant trucks around.
Yeah.
Right, but she's still not physically jacked.
But also,
that's what they can do. They can just.
I'm not. I guess I don't understand the definition of jacked.
What he's talking, he's
Rhea
talking more
Ripley is
thick.
jacked.
He's talking more
I don't
thick.
know who that is.
Rhea Ripley, she's this 20-year-old wrestler who just has these big ass shoulders.
How do you not know Nice's daughter?
I do not know his daughter.
My
Probably
sweet
blocked her
daughter.
on Twitter.
My sweet buff ass daughter.
I certainly did.
Yeah, they definitely have different body types.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It'd be great. And then fucking what? This the next one out is Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow, May 1st, 2020. I thought they were gonna sneak
But she's
something
dead.
in. Oh my god, I thought he was serious. So yeah, it's supposed to take place after Civil War. We're introducing a new Black Widow. We got Taskmaster. We got Daddy Hopper in there, just looking like a dad. You guys got to finish Stranger Things, Lee.
Tell me about it. I was gonna do it last night. Then my thug ass kid was like, "I want to go sleep over at a friend's house." I'm like, "You fucker!"
Fucking what a traitor.
Why do you involve all these people in your all of you make terrible mistakes. You need to just
It's
watch
the
TV
one
alone.
show the three of us watched together. The one fucking show.
Jose and the lady got in on some Stranger Things season 2, so they're making their way.
We're started. We got through the first two. But we also fucking finished Good Wife, Lucifer.
We're not
motherfucker.
talking about Lucifer right now. We're talking about Black Widow.
And then with no date is
Well, hold on. So we got these 10 spots, and they fill the last one in with Black Widow, and we think we're all wrapping up. They pass out Black Widow hats to the crowd, and everybody's kind of like, you know what? No surprises, really, but that's a stacked Phase 4 that they just dropped on us. And then Kevin Feige is like, oh yeah, we didn't have time to talk about Guardians 3, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Fantastic Four. We also don't have time to talk about mutants. And also, here's Mahershala Ali. Fucking Mahershala Ali comes out. Kevin Feige's like, "Oh, I see, Mahershala, you have a hat of your own, do you?" And he puts the hat on, and on the big screen, it says fucking Blade. And then the lights go out, Blade logo comes up on the screen. Holy shit.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, so details have come out since. It will be Phase 5 around there, and it will be a movie. And you just think of the possibilities. You think of, Doctor Strange, Multiversity of Madness is supposed to be horror. Are we going to go rated R with a Blade movie, or are we going to stick it to PG-13? Are we going to have any Blade and Sony Morpheus crossing paths? Is Blade and Spider-Man going to cross paths? Fucking, where are they going to put Wesley Snipes? Because he's
he's gonna
be in there
somewhere.
Because he's already come out and he's congratulated Mahershala Ali. So
Yeah, because he knows he's gonna get a cut.
Did you guys know about that shit where they had to CGI Wesley Snipes' eyes on?
I just saw that, and it's really upsetting.
Wait, what? It's so ridiculous.
I did not know about that until just this weekend when they announced the new MCU Blade movie.
And what'd they do?
Apparently, apparently, in Blade Trinity, you guys have heard some of the fucking stories about Blade Trinity where...
Oh, yeah. A lot of Blade Trinity was actually his stunt double because he wouldn't come out of his show. He was a total dick.
And you had to address him as Blade. Like, he communicated with the director via Post-it notes. And there's one scene, like, he got into a fist fight with the director, David Goyer, at one point, I believe. And holy shit, if I can fucking find this. There was a scene where he was supposed to be laying on a table and he opens his eyes and he wouldn't do it. So they CGI'd his eyes.
No. He laid down on the table.
Right, he laid down on the table.
And they're like, action.
He refused to open his eyes. The man got in fucking full costume, makeup, everything, laid down on the table, and they were like, "Okay, open your eyes," and he said, "Fuck off."
Action, motherfucker.
I ain't opening these eyes.
And like, what, did he get up from the table with them closed? Like, how long did he stick to it?
But it's like, motherfucker, we have footage of you opening your eyes at other points in the movie. So that they were just like, copy, paste, done. Perfect. We did it.
Oh, that's upsetting.
It is just on another level to go through all the trouble to set up the shot and get in the position and then be like, "I fucking got you. I have no intention of opening my eyes."
Oh, I don't like that.
Surprise, his eyes ain't opening.
No, he apparently was a dick of epic proportions that entire shoot.
Yeah. And last little piece from the Marvel panel, which is amazing, is as the Marvel panel was happening, Avengers Endgame passed Avatar to become the #1 grossing film of all time. Give it up, Avengers Endgame. It's time to celebrate #1 movie of all time. We did this, you guys, all of us together, collectively. It's not about those billionaires at Disney. It's about us and what we did over these 10, 11 years of Marvel movies. Give it up for yourselves. We finally brought down Avatar. And it took a while, but we held in there, you know? We fucking kept our nose to the grindstone. We bought movie tickets. We supported Marvel Studios, and it happened finally. #1 worldwide all time. Don't look at the domestic box office all time. That doesn't matter. It's just worldwide. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, fuck you, Avatar.
You know what? Gone with the Wind can eat a dick. I don't give a fuck about your inflation bullshit.
All of them. All dicks. Find a dick and eat it, Avatar. You and your sequels.
I don't care what anybody says. This is important.
I find it a little odd that it's a very common take to be like, finally. Like, they finally toppled Avatar. Avatar did it in like 350 days, and Endgame did it in like 89.
Yeah.
Like, it for it to finally have toppled Endgame, it should have taken much longer than it took to topple, Avatar. It should have taken much longer than it took Avatar to do it.
But I feel like the finally is also like finally someone has taken Avatar out of the top spot.
Okay,
just
I can
because
see that.
Avatar just culturally doesn't deserve it.
No, seriously.
And really, it doesn't matter in the long run. But, why do we keep track of it otherwise?
Because we won.
It's just some number bullshit, but Avengers Endgame is the #1 movie of all time worldwide.
Yeah.
Suck
you
on
know what
that.
this means.
Suck on that,
Animal Kingdom.
you goddamn MCU deniers. All right. So that was our #1 piece of news from San Diego Comic-Con. I want Lee to talk about our #2, which is the second announcement from Hasbro Pulse in the past month or so.
Jesus. So this came out like just before the convention, but they showed it off for the very first time, and it's this HasLab's fucking epically giant Unicron figure. We've got a couple of Unicrons over the years. They've all kind of been rehashes of the Armada Unicron mold. Stands about 18 inches tall, give or take, maybe closer to 16. So, by today's standards, they've gone a lot bigger for sure. But it's a fine Unicron. They've repainted it several times. Every time it gets a little bit better. For HasLab, like, no, fuck it. We're going to go, like, fucking 30 inches of Unicron goodness. It's going to be so goddamn big it can't stand up without a stand to support the giant backpack of planet parts you're going to put on it. It's going to weigh 19 goddamn pounds. And it's also going to be $575. We're going to need that up front, please.
Yeah, HasLab did the Jabba sail barge, which was, I think, $500.
Yeah.
But it's their crowdfunding thing where they don't want to put these things on store shelves and they want money up front, like Lee said. So if only they sell a certain number, will they make it? And the minimum is $8,000 for this $600 Unicron.
That's so stupid. It's so much. Like, I mean,
$574.99
plus shipping.
Yeah, and the shipping, I believe, on that sail barge was not little. I think it was an extra $100 to ship.
I mean, it weighs 19 pounds.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's fucking crazy. Like,
you try to put an ounce in a fucking envelope these days, and they're charging you $8.
I bet. Mail too. You better strike that from the fucking record.
Like, it's great. It looks amazing. It's real big, but I cannot fathom for the fucking life of me why it's that much.
See,
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, well, just because of size and moving pieces, I would assume, and because it's just such a limited thing.
The Transformer scene in particular is lousy with like these third-party companies just making basically knockoff figures,
Yeah,
and some of them are very large. Like this, one company is making an Omega Supreme, which is about the same size. That turns into, the whole base with the rocket and the train. Like it's a full-on Omega Supreme, and they're selling it for like $300. And they're not making 8,000 of them. I guarantee you that much. I mean, so there's no fucking way that they have, better production facilities and more cost-effective production means than goddamn Hasbro. Granted, Hasbro's making a Omega Supreme for $180, but that kind of proves the point. That thing's not twice as big, doesn't have twice the parts that Omega Supreme does. And what the fuck are they doing? Like it's outrageous.
Well, as of right now, it has 1,817 backers of 8,000, and it has 39 days left for a Unicron that's $574.99.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
It is doing much better than the Cookie Monster that they announced while we were in New Hampshire. I don't
really understand this one either.
This Hasbro Pulse Cookie Monster, which is 32 inches, 38 inches. It's posable. It's like a giant Cookie Monster action figure, $300, and they're trying to sell 3,000 of them. They've only had 315 people back it so far. And the thing about it, too, is, like, it doesn't look quite right. Like, it looks cool. It looks like a Muppet. But because it's built as, like, a giant action figure, it doesn't look like a Cookie Monster Muppet. You'd be better off selling a screen-accurate Cookie Monster Muppet.
Yeah, because it just doesn't... It doesn't have the proportions, like... you're right. It just, bottom line, doesn't really look like Cookie Monster
And
all the way.
where's the fucking market for this thing?
Apparently, it's non-existent.
Yeah.
There's exactly 315. Like, Hasbro doesn't tout Sesame Street as one of its collector brands whatsoever.
No, and they shouldn't.
So they just come out of nowhere with a $300 Cookie Monster.
But I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry, but there is a limit of 5 per transaction.
Oh, that's a shame.
For both this and the Unicron, I'm sorry to say.
I saw someone suggesting somewhere that, oh, this Cookie Monster would be cool for, like, a school to throw in on, so you could have it as, like, have this at the school for, like, a teaching tool or whatever. Like, what?
Just wait until some jackass breaks it.
Have it at the school to give as many kids lice as you possibly can.
Yeah.
But, like, whose favorite is Cookie Monster? Like, Cookie Monster's great.
They're just trying to get your mind off of Elmo.
No, Cookie Monster rules.
Cookie Monster does rule.
Cookie Monster's cool, and Cookie Monster is a feature on Sesame Street. Like, behind Elmo, he's probably the next top person.
I get that.
But
I get that.
A fucking cookie.
Unless you are a person who was a puppeteer of Cookie Monster, what do you need this for? Who is this for?
And it's not like they're going to make a series of them. It's not like they're going to do an Elmo or a Grover or a giant Big Bird or something.
6 foot tall Big Bird.
Yeah. So now you just have this random Cookie Monster just hanging out in the corner of your room, waving at you.
Yeah,
really something
that you got to explain to every.
Yeah,
you got to explain this Cookie Monster to every girl you invite
just
back over.
Watching you jerk off to stepsister porn.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like not long ago we were talking about HasLab and how it's weird they haven't done anything with that. And
well, we brought it up at Hasbro at Toy Fair. That was like our one like hard-hitting question that we had all weekend. I was like, what the fuck's up with HasLab, homies?
And the Unicron makes sense to be like a HasLab thing for sure, but it's just outrageously expensive. Like they have a picture but kind of side by side with the big Fort Max they did. And they're like, oh, it's 4 inches taller. I'm like, yeah, but Fort Max is also $140.
Now, you make Cookie Monster transform into a planet?
Now
then we're talking.
Like, this would be a lot less offensive if they weren't kind of, at this stage of the game, actively in the business of making a big Transformer every year.
Sure.
Like, this is a thing that they're doing, and they're doing it for way more cost effective. Like, this is a fucking dumb thing. Like, this is not going to happen. There's no fucking way.
As always, at whatever Toy Fair, Comic-Con, wherever NECA shows up, I am very interested to see what they got on their shelves.
Yeah,
and
they are.
San Diego is no exception because they debuted some more cartoon turtles. We got a Casey Jones. We got an April O'Neil. We got some more. They're going to do some Foot Soldier battle packs. Confirmed.
Did they show off the Metalhead before or Slash before this, or was that the first time?
I feel like that they might have showed that off at last San Diego as well, but it had no home at that point.
I dig it.
So they got the Slash. Awesome. They've got the video game Turtles. They've got Leatherhead, Metalhead. Also confirmed that Secret of the Ooze movie toys coming in 2020.
Means Token Razor.
Yeah, and possibly some new Turtles that look like the Secret of the Ooze versions. Like, I absolutely love my 1990 Ninja Turtles from NECA, but I really love the Secret of the Ooze designs. Like, they're similar enough that you could just...
Let me get some Kino.
Give us some... Oh, yes. Well, Jose and I were talking about that. NECA has issues sometimes with getting likenesses. So, like, the Shredder that just came out, it has the removable mask, but he doesn't necessarily look like the actor that played the Shredder. So might we get a movie Casey Jones, but he just doesn't look like Elias Cotes?
Sure.
Are we going to get a movie April O'Neil? Could we get a movie Kino? Or is that problems with likenesses? And,
Ernie Ray's still alive?
Yeah.
You know, he was battling some shit.
Yeah, he's still alive. Follows me on Twitter.
Fucking love you, dog.
Not like that one guy.
Which one guy?
Oh, Tyrannosaurus. Wrestling guy?
Luchasaurus.
Yeah, Slamasaurus.
Yeah, Luchasaurus still has me blocked on Twitter, and so does Kevin Nash. So maybe it's just something about just like big dudes, big hosses block me on Twitter.
Intimidate him.
Yeah. They heard I was WWE in India.
Yeah.
They didn't want to fuck with me.
They said, nah, man.
We saw those Toonie Terrors at Toy Fair. I like those from NECA. I'll have to see those in person. Bebop and Rocksteady still looking good. I really liked the Dimension X diorama they had set up, but that was just for the show, apparently.
Wah, wah.
But why? Like, why? If you're going to go through the trouble of making that once, keep the mold and sell it.
I mean, that's kind of what happened with that building diorama.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
at
it
this
was just
point,
for a
it's
show.
not... It's
Or maybe
not
it's
exactly a
test.
mold.
They say that just to see the response
Right,
they want.
right.
Oh, man, you should. And they'll be like, you know what? We are, bitch. Bam.
$5.
Yeah, no shit.
Crowdfunded.
On the same subject of toys, I'm not really collecting Marvel Legends right now, but I did.
Well, they announced 700 of them.
Yeah, I did like some of the reveals. They're doing a lot of Age of Apocalypse stuff. I love the Fat Thor Build-A-Figure. Looks great.
Yeah.
What else?
They're doing some Spider-Mans from the game.
The
new gray She-Hulk looks fucking great.
The Jean Wolverine Cyclops 3-pack looks
I'm
good.
all over that fucking thing.
90s Havoc.
That Jean Grey looks awesome.
Yeah, she does. 90s Havoc and Polaris. Did I say that
Cyclops
correctly?
has the jacket.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
does.
cover remake was the shit.
And that Strongman Build-A-Figure
has to be a Build-A-Figure.
That looks like a Diamond Select thing.
Yeah, it looks
like
amazing.
That's really good.
If you start charging a lot of money, you better start fucking making them look good.
I mean, they've looked
Start
good.
making me feel like what I'm spending is worth it.
Was there any other toys that got shown at San Diego Comic-Con that you guys saw that we haven't talked about?
Kind of like these Motu Origins figures. Those are pretty cool.
What are those?
Mattel is doing these Master of the Universe Origins figures. They have basically the same kind of look and design and proportions of the classic figures, but with like modern articulation, and they're going to get a mass retail release.
Okay, so similar to the exclusive that they had with the classic He-Man and Prince Adam,
but they're a little more old school in their design. Like the classics were a little more modern. These are kind of the same like giant bodies and whatever, but they just kind of more.
Yeah, I'll send you a link right now. The exclusive
It may very well be the same thing.
The exclusive was a 2-pack, and they have the modern looking articulation, but they're still
that's exactly what it is.
pretty
Yeah,
old
there's a
school.
whole line of them now.
Well, you fucking bring that up, and it reminds me of the Masters of the WWE universe that they showed.
To that end, the bodies that they're using are the same core bodies as the Origins figures, so they're getting double dipping on the tooling, which is smart.
That is smart. Those things are pretty fucking ridiculous looking.
Yeah, some of those are great, and like as much as I like those, because I really like a lot of those WWE Motu figures. I think they're fun. I like them. I probably like them even more, or as much as I like them, rather. I hate those Ghostbusters WWE figures so much more.
Well, yeah, because that's just lazy.
Like,
I mean,
I hate them so fucking much. I don't know why I hate it so much, but I really fucking hate them.
The clear Undertaker Gozer is inspired, but the rest are just regular like wrestling figures in cloth Ghostbusters costumes.
They don't,
and there's no the characters don't relate. You know, I don't see.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
There's no purpose. There's
Stone
no story.
Cold.
There's no reasoning.
Stone
behind
Cold
that
is
combination.
not Ray Stans.
Well, they did the same thing with the turtles. They really didn't match.
The only one that they nailed
The
was
representations.
like Egon with the turtles. Were
Like
you talking about the wrestler
the
turtles?
New Day Many-Faces figure is genius.
Who Many-Faces?
It's the New Day Many-Faces.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah, no, that's
realize it was all three of them. I thought it was just
the head, and it changes all three.
I
of their
thought it was
faces.
just Kofi with a fucking drill on his head, and I was like, "Oh, that's
Nope.
goofy as
It's
hell."
fucking Many-Faces, and it's brilliant.
Let's get a cut of Nye saying "woohoo, Many-Faces."
And that means you can infer from that they're going to be making Many-Faces in the Origins line.
Sure. Good
Pretty
point.
fucking. I thought those were cool. That hyper real Luke Skywalker's fucking dope.
Yeah, we pre-ordered that hyperreal Darth Vader after we saw it at Toy Fair, and then I saw the hyperreal Empire Strikes Back Luke, and I sent Mary a link just to kind of test the waters. And I sent her the link, and she responded. She says, "I need it." I'm like, "Yes."
I think it's yeah. I want to double check on Toy Arc. But yeah, Mafex is doing these Into the Spider-Verse figures.
Those look cool.
With like cloth clothes on them. They look amazing.
Like they came straight off the screen.
Yeah, they look just incredible. Like so good. But they're going to be probably $100 a piece at least. Like
Yeah.
I don't know who some of this shit's for, because it's like, who the fuck's paying? Who's sustaining this market when there's so much expensive shit? It's so weird. Like,
You keep things priced high enough to where you only have to sell a few.
yeah, but who's buying the $900 fucking Devil May Cry statue? I don't understand that guy.
Well, that's five guys.
Yeah, there's kind of a Devil May Cry kind of has a following.
Yeah. So yeah, on the front page to that end, not to derail us, but the front page of Toy Arc has a Batman Damned statue, the story that no one fucking likes because it's weird, for $1,049. Like,
Jesus.
who's buying that? And it doesn't even come with a fucking trade of the book.
Oh my god.
So dumb.
So
What else we
moving
got? What else
on,
we got?
moving from toys to trailers, real light as far as trailers go for San Diego. Obviously they didn't release shit from the Marvel panel. All they really had footage-wise was from Black Widow.
And I honestly don't know a fucking item one of like comic news. I have no fucking idea.
I mean, I tried to do a quick little search and
No idea.
found nothing. So some trailers that popped out. We got It Chapter 2, which looks
Solid.
fantastic.
I didn't watch
Cool
it.
trailer.
I didn't watch
So
it.
good.
You didn't
Good
watch it?
trailer.
Oh, the one with the old titties. That's all I need.
It's great. To not spoil anything, but my favorite part of the whole thing is they do dissolves between the kid actors and the adult actors, and the guy who is playing Eddie Spaghetti looks so much like him. It's fucking spooky. Even the grown-up Ben, who's like all ripped and skinny, like I see it in their faces.
It's good casting.
Really
man.
good. And it's going to be bonkers. Mahoney actually had to stop his first viewing of it 20 minutes before the end so he could join the show tonight. So
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Not like right now, but as soon as this ends, I will finish it.
Yeah. Love it. That Jay and Silent Bob reboot trailer.
Oh, looks like trash.
Not only am I into it, I bought a ticket to the road show in November.
So there's not going to be a wide release. It's just going to be a road show, huh?
I don't know. I think they're going to do a wide release too.
I love Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but that was 18 years ago. This, like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back had that, like the music cues and just the directing style and all that of like a goofy madcap mid-90s comedy. And that was a good gimmick. It feels like this has the exact same gimmick. But it hasn't. I wanted them to evolve it more because they're using the reboot idea behind the whole thing. Like, give me something different. And it really does look like one of those, like, fucking, like an American Pie ripoff. Those, you remember when those movies were just being churned out?
Oh, yeah.
And how they got some of these actors in this.
I'm fucking into it. I like the notion of.
I was open-minded. You know, you guys know my feelings towards Kevin Smith, but I was open-minded, and it really bummed me out.
Yeah, I think it looked like a lot of fun. Like I said, we fucking put me, my brother, and my wife, and his. They will be married by that time. We're gonna go together and check it out. It'll be fun at the Belcourt Theater in Nashville.
Oh wow!
Be fine.
Is he doing a Q&A or is it just the movie?
No, movie and Q&A. Yeah, they'll both be there. It's gonna be fun.
Fucking better do the Q&A. Better fucking explain yourself, Kevin Smith. And then they did not debut this at Comic-Con, but they debuted it during.
Before we talk about this one, real quick. Fucking not one but two more Halloween movies.
Right. That
was pretty cool.
I was gonna bring that up.
Super into
because we did put out the call to what everyone's favorite moments were, and Kristen sent us a GIF of a dancing Michael Myers.
Yeah, but like nothing more than just like an announced teaser, but I'm fucking into it.
So how was that? It's a continuation, right?
Yeah, it's a sequel to the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
So are they pretending nothing else happened?
Right.
Kinda?
Yeah. It's just,
okay.
Yeah.
And
not even part 2.
The next two are what? Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be Michael Myers versus Jamie Lee Curtis and her poop yogurt.
I'm into it.
That's how she tricks him. She eats a bunch of yogurt and shits a bunch of booby traps. Keeps slipping and falling.
She's popping poop yogurt like Popeye. Squeezing it, flies into her mouth.
Fucking music hits.
They didn't spend the money to do a Hall H panel, but whoever made this Cats movie decided to release a trailer during Comic-Con week.
Oh my God, I wish they had done a Hall H panel.
What?
I would have loved to have heard just a collective hush fall over a crowd.
I don't think there would have been a hush.
Realized what they got themselves into.
I think people would have been ripping their chairs out by the end of it, like gouging each other in the eye out of mercy,
stabbing each other with a pencil.
Yeah,
like the fucking like the church scene in Kingsman.
Yes, just mass hysteria because this looks like a nightmare. It looks like a fake parody movie.
Yeah.
It looks
terrifying.
It looks like they had people in cat costumes and then deep faked these actors' faces onto those people's faces.
It's fucking weird. Like,
it's
who knows?
I would do absolutely anything to see a live reaction of some of the actors in the movie. Like
seeing the trailer for the first time.
Taylor Swift.
They were just in like the mocap pajamas through the whole production.
Right.
Yeah.
They're bitching some chick was made an all white cat.
Oh.
See that? Like the chick is brown. She's brown. I don't know if she's Hispanic or a light skin.
That's the least of this movie's problems. Let's move on.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying. Like that's the flack.
You look at that Cats movie and you're like, I wish I was seen. I don't feel seen with this Cats movie. Then something's wrong because, oh boy,
we're all little pretty cats.
And
it's real upsetting.
James Corden has solidified himself as like the worst person.
Yeah. I don't. We were talking about this when we, lunch after Lion King.
Yeah.
Don't get him. Don't understand it.
No, like there's nothing appealing about James Corden. Okay, he sings in the car. Big fucking whoop.
I enjoy myself some James Corden.
Do you? Well, I guess I got to reconsider things then. All right, so moving on. This is a little niche as far as news goes, but DuckTales is going to be like the Avengers of the Disney afternoon.
God fucking damn it. Yes, it is.
That's kind of cool.
So we're essentially getting Rescue Rangers in DuckTales. We're getting Goofy from Goof Troop. And like they showed this poster and it had a bunch more like really outer tier DuckTales characters. Like I remember the redheaded duck on the Triceratops.
You mean Bubba?
Bubba, yes, and he talked like this kind of, right?
Yeah, because they found him back. He was like a caveman.
Yeah, they got
I'm a fucking caveman. How you want me to talk?
Obviously Darkwing Duck. They got Darkwing Duck's daughter, Kit, Cloud Kicker, and Molly from Tailspin are all grown up. Kit is like fat like Baloo now. It's everything
That's
I've ever.
Fucking great! I'm so excited.
It's everything I've ever dreamed of.
And the fucking the genie from the Lost Lamp is in there too.
You want to talk about representation? They made the genie brown in DuckTales. How about that?
Nice. About time we get our genie.
You got fucking Webby from Darkwing Duck's in there. The Rescue Rangers. Oh man, I'm so excited, you guys. That DuckTales show is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yep, A+. And then
It's
the
exciting time for cartoons, folks.
The last thing I wanted to talk about was the Release the Snyder Cut campaign that was going on during San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh my god!
These
are the assholes that got Bill Delphine banned from it.
What happens when they see it and they fucking hate it?
Right.
They would never hate it.
These motherfuckers, they raised money. They purchased a billboard. They bought a bunch of ad space at like bus stops, and they had a plane flying around San Diego with Release the Snyder Cut trailing behind it. But like, how much of it is serious and how much of it at this point is a bit?
I feel like it's all serious.
And
this is no bit. This is serious.
I think
matter.
like these guys don't have what you might call a sense of humor.
Have you seen the like CSI stuff they do? They take like these fraction of a second stills and set photos and all this stuff, and they like anywhere you can interact with Zack Snyder, they do it, and they ask him these questions, and he'll be like, oh yeah, like Darkseid was gonna be in one scene, and then they track down like, okay, this picture of the guy who plays Cyborg in his mocap suit must be him looking at Darkseid, and it must come at this part of the movie, and they try to like map out what the Snyder Cut would be, and it's absolutely nonsense, ridiculous, and there's no way it's good.
It doesn't exist. He never finished it.
He didn't finish it.
No, he didn't.
Is this why his daughter killed herself?
Zack Snyder, maybe you should have fucking toughed it out.
I mean, his fucking daughter died.
You bitch. That's what an in memory of credit is for at the end of your movie. Jesus Christ.
God damn. Somebody turn the heat up. It breaks.
Listen, if you're gonna complain and bitch and moan about, hey, the Snyder Cut, maybe you should have talked to your daughter every once in a while.
Oh no, nope, no. Moving on.
Drop him from the call.
And on that note, this has been the podcast. Whatever date it is.
Zero on Twitter says most things he was super psyched for were announced right before, as in Unicron, or right after. They finally have the date for the Invader Zim movie on Netflix. But really, the only thing Zero is excited from San Diego Comic-Con is that Kat and I... what? But really, the only thing from SDCC that got Kat and I excited was the Marvel panel. Okay, there we go. I'm assuming not the Marvel Comics panel. Mary says, despite all the Marvel news, I'm going to have to go with Jerry Ryan returning as 7 of 9 in the Star Trek Picard series. Too bad CBS is holding that show hostage on their streaming service. But
we're paying for that fucking thing.
My parents,
they put that on the streaming service too? You motherfuckers.
My parents canceled their cable, and one of the shows they watch is on CBS All Access, so they have an account, and all we got to do is borrow the password.
Thank God old people want to watch Jag.
Oh, my dad watched the shit out of Jag. It is the truth. The truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have the Picard series, and the trailer is, going along, and then all of a sudden at the end, here's Jerry Ryan. She's like, "Hey, I'm 7 of 9 again. Look at this." And Mary's like, "Sold." We talked about Ben liked Chloe Zhao for Internals. We talked about Kristen loves Halloween. Obviously, 100 days until the holiday. Yeah. Oh, fuck! Got this notification while the show was going on. Eric Magnus hit us up on Facebook. Let's see what kind of weird kinky shit he was getting into during San Diego Comic-Con. I had it open. Here we go. Eric Magnus, my favorite news from Comic-Con. Brandon Routh as Kingdom Come Superman in what is that?
Cool.
It's the
Yeah, that's super cool.
I didn't realize he was Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah, what is this, another Crisis thing? What is the
It's all part of that universe.
The last season of Arrow is supposed to be pretty sure like 8 episodes. Last season of Arrow, so they're gonna go an abbreviated season. I think they're gonna go real hard with the Crisis stuff.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with. They do that shit really, really well.
So yeah, Routh is the Atom on in the CW DC shows.
I think he's going to be both of those characters. It's kind of
That's fucking
Go for it.
so cool.
yeah.
I've been having discussions all week about just blow it open. At this point, if we're talking multiverse of madness, I want a damn Spider-Man movie where we have a little bit where it's Tobey Maguire fighting John Malkovich Vulture, or Andrew Garfield fighting Anne Hathaway Black Cat. Just a little bit.
Yeah, shit that people that were talked about that never happened. It's a small scene, so fuck it.
I read just before the show that Tom Welling might come back as another Superman, and Linda Carter might play fucking Wonder Woman.
Oh man, do it, you cowards.
Yeah. Let's go, pussies.
Eric Magnus also talks about the Blade announcement, and no more announcements from Fox Studios. So good times. I made the comment on Twitter that they didn't even name drop X-Men. Feige just said we didn't have time to talk about mutants, and my comment on Twitter was like, Dark Phoenix hasn't even come out on Blu-ray. We got to make that money, fam. Like, we still got Blu-rays to sell, and that money's coming into our pockets. So we're not going to say we're rebooting the X-Men just yet.
No, you got to let some of that stink wear off.
Yeah. And Fantastic Four, it's been long enough. It's been 4 years.
That also doesn't mean that he said we don't have time to talk about it. That still doesn't mean that they're going to not pepper it out throughout some of these movies.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
And slowly soft introduce characters without you knowing it.
I mean, he said that that's the Phase 4 lineup. That's it. Like, there's no other shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean a character won't be in a movie.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
Or a show.
Yeah, not, but like not even highlighted. You know what I mean? Just they're saying we're not doing an X-Men movie, but they didn't say we're not going to introduce the character known as the mutant.
I gotcha.
You got the Black Widow movie coming, going over to Russia. They got Red Guardian in it. They got Iron Maiden in it. They got the other Black Widow in it. Like, they could toss in some X-Men character from Russia.
Yeah, fucking
Colossus.
Colossus or Omega Red.
Because
throw in Colossus and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, so going back,
rumors are going around that Deadpool is gonna just move right over. That they're gonna find some way and just bring Ryan Reynolds Deadpool
just
to the MCU.
have him just walk on and say, "I'm here."
Yeah.
Look at the camera and look at the crowd and say, "Deal with it. Let's go."
So going back to the Marvel panel, and we talked about how we got Natalie Portman as Thor. We got possibly Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Like, they're building their next set of Avengers, and it's essentially going to be Black Captain America, a new Black Widow, Woman Thor, Woman Hawkeye. They're just like, the diversity handcuffs are off, and we're going to make as many piss babies cry themselves as possible. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like...
And then they're going to go see our movies still.
What's going to be the feminist where they remove from that movie?
What?
Oh, they make their own
cut where they
content.
removed all the chicks and dudes crying.
Oh, the no cheese cut with
I mean,
the no cheese cut of Thor 2 or Thor 4, whatever the fuck.
They should probably just watch Cats. It'll be easier.
Speaking of, I downloaded the Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 game to play with Jax, and it's a lot of fun. But there's a bit at the beginning of the opening sequence where all the Avengers are having a little party at the mansion or whatever, and there's like, kind of picking up little finger foods, and Captain Marvel picks up a piece of cheese and goes, "Oh man, this brie is fantastic."
Oh my god,
that's pretty funny. Well done, Lego Marvel
and
writers.
Just thinking about how they're essentially replacing all these original Avengers, I'm like, I want a She-Hulk right now. Give me a She-Hulk.
Like, She-Hulk is great. That is a superhero courtroom drama movie.
That's a 6-episode limited series on Disney Plus. Why not?
Yeah, fucking A.
Yep.
And then just throw her in the Avengers.
Love it.
She's just doing like pro bono work for all the people that got blipped.
Oh. Yeah.
I just did it. I did it for Lee.
Fucking A. Love it.
Anybody else got any more takes on San Diego before we head over to comic books and get out of here?
Well,
what?
Also, all he really has to do is look at the camera and say, "Disney hired me."
Sure. Oh, as far as Deadpool goes, yeah. Like, it's simple.
Figure it out. Let's go.
Throw him in as a post credits in something.
Yeah.
Like he peels back the credits.
They would be foolish to not make more Deadpool movies.
You know what Disney likes? They like money.
They like money.
They like it.
do.
They will get their math whizzes together to figure out the best way they can maximize a rated R Deadpool in the MCU, essentially, and they'll do it. Even if it has to be its own thing, its own essential universe, where you bring in the MCU proper characters for cameos or whatever.
It's dumb not to.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Let's go.
All right. So let's talk comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
It's getting late. We'll talk about a whole lot. But Gideon Falls 15 was confusing and scary, and I liked it.
Gideon Falls, does that come on after Riverdale?
You know what, it may as well.
Yeah.
And then I enjoyed the Captain Marvel number 8, where people are bitching about her mom being Kree. I kind of like that. That's fun. Batman 75 was also weird, but I'm into it.
City of Bane.
City of Bane, which I'm into. And then
Ooh, that's the name of a comic? That sounds fucking cool.
yeah, it's fucking great. And then one I want to talk about kind of a lot. The big one is Daredevil 8, which I really liked.
Daredevil's been so good.
Daredevil has been so good. So Matt he's not Daredevil anymore. He gave it up because he killed a guy. He totally fucking killed a guy and it broke his spirit. As it would if you're Matt Murdock. And so he met this woman who runs a bookstore, and since he's Matt Murdock, is like, oh, this chick clearly wants to fuck me, because that's what Matt Murdock does when he meets any pretty girls. And so he come back and kind of sees her again, and she's like, oh, hey, you should come and for dinner. He's like, that sounds like a great idea.
She also calls him a creeper customer.
Yes, a creeper, a retail creep or something like that.
Yes, retail creep.
And so he's like, yeah, this is great. I'll just come to dinner. And, he's in the house for all of like 30 seconds. It's like, oh, shit. I'm in the apartment of like a prominent crime family, and they all know who I am as a former district attorney and deputy mayor. And like he gets in like this verbal sparring match with this old lady mobster, and it's so tense. And it's like a hyper version of every awkward conversation you've ever had at Thanksgiving. And it's really fucking solid. Like that's all really good. And there's a bit where kind of elsewhere, the Kingpin is Fisk is because Fisk is the mayor of New York, and he's having a conversation with like the governor or something, and they're talking about trying to legalize marijuana in New York, but slow it down for the nation so they can make a shitload of money off of whatever. They're just being dirty shits. And the guy's like, you know what? Given your reputation, I was a little worried, and it kind of feels fun to say it now, but like I had snipers, like my men you had guns trained on you, and Fisk was like, yeah, I know, my men were behind your men. It's like, oh shit, that's awesome. It's good stuff. Yeah, Daredevil has been excellent since Zdarsky took over. He's Really, really good. It's all just strong character work. Who'd have fucking thought that the goofball that drew sex criminals would be one of Marvel's best writers?
Yeah.
And he is. He's one of the best they've got right now. It's fantastic. Everything he does is great.
Yeah, last week was a good week for Chip. It was the Invaders, Daredevil, and Spider-Man Life Story.
That Invaders is really fucking good too, man.
It's really good.
And it's interesting. It's a Namor story you've never really seen before.
Yeah, it's Namor. Why is he a dick? Instead of, just Namor, he's a dick.
Yeah. Like, why is he a dick? And like, why is he doing the things that he's doing? And like, it's big superhero stuff, but also like the kind of the machinations of the Atlantean people and the government, and I like all the. When you put two artists in a book in a way that makes sense, I'm super into it.
Yeah.
So like, there's always flashbacks, and all the flashbacks are drawn by Butch Geis, and all the present day stuff is drawn by
someone who's really good, but I can never remember his name.
Yeah, it's all really, really good. But yeah, it's rock solid stuff, man. It's great, and I like that. Clearly, editorial is doing a very good job of kind of coordinating what's happening here with what they're doing in Avengers.
Yeah,
and
that kind of makes me happy because we're leading up to some kind of big Atlantis event.
Yes,
which makes me happy that this book won't be canceled in the lead up to that.
Right? Yeah. No, it's like, I mean, they kind of got their groove back with Marvel and the event and storytelling, and kind of there's a synergy to some of the books that really hasn't been there for a while.
Yeah.
So it's exciting stuff. And fuck it, since it came up, might as well talk about it. The Immortal Hulk was really good too, obviously.
Yep.
Like it's all about 14 and kind of his journey, and different artist, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Like, even in the letters page, they're like, yeah, we brought in this guy because he has a really strong, clean line, which kind of accents this guy's story so much more than if they just had the regular artist do it, because he does these nightmare fucking horror stories. Like, it's really well done. Good stuff. That's all I got. Short and sweet. What you got, Kelly?
Let's see. Jimmy Olsen #1 came out. That was really good.
Oh, that did look like fun.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Jimmy Olsen, what was his power in actual fantasy basketball? He didn't drain threes, did he?
Oh, absolutely. He drained threes.
Yeah, he was draining
Downtown
threes.
Jimmy Olsen?
Oh, I thought it was downtown Lois Lane. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. Jimmy the Kid Olsen. That's right.
Yeah, that was
that's
really good.
Matt Fraction, right?
Yep, Fraction and Steve Lieber.
So weird.
Yeah,
So
no, it's
weird.
good.
Business is just bringing all of his friends over.
Yeah.
God, I saw the preview about 1,000 times for that Superman Batman book with Dave Marquez on artwork, and it just
looks real pretty.
It looks stupid pretty.
Yeah.
Just absurdly well drawn.
Yeah. And then on Prime Day, I picked up the omnibus of all of the DC Masters of the Universe comics for like stupid cheap. So I've been reading through that, and it's fun so far. The real standouts, though, for sure, are the He-Man origin issue and the Skeletor origin issue written by Josh Fialkov.
Ah, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Comics broke his heart.
They did. It did.
He was on our show, and he just had the world ahead of him, and then comics broke his damn heart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm enjoying that so far, but I have like another 1,000 or so pages almost ahead of me.
Damn. All right.
It's a big ass book. It's like 10 pounds.
Jesus. Love a big ass book.
Just a thick ass book.
I think we're talking about nice.
Coneheads is on Amazon Prime, I believe.
Okay, I'm like, where the fuck is he going with this?
Coneheads was one of those movies that I took like personal ownership of when I was young, because I felt like it bombed at the box office and no one was, giving it great reviews, but I felt like it was made just for me because I was such a Saturday Night Live nerd back then, and it's so 90s, and it's just it's one of those SNL movies where every scene has some crazy cameo in it. Like
I love that fucking movie.
Ellen DeGeneres is the swim coach, and this was like before she was out gay. Ellen DeGeneres. Adam Sandler's in there in just this bit part as some fucking wise guy getting Beldar passport. It's stupid, but like it's also at that point in comedy films where, you know, they hadn't really started using CGI if it was like a fantastical movie. So a lot of practical sight gags.
Big giant stop motion monster.
Oh yeah, the Narfel the Garthok.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The Garthok's just walking around like, yeah. Beldar gets his teeth capped, and you know he opens his mouth wide, and it's like a foot deep. And Connie Conehead just taking a Subway sub to the head while Chris Farley watches in amazement. Like that shit was so Wizard Forums nice. Like I probably started a thread about that movie on the Wizard Forums. I don't know. It was too good.
I was racking my brain trying to think. Do I remember anybody talking about the Coneheads movie that I do not?
Oh my god!
Yeah, some little kid saying this fucking movie's for me.
Oh, and speaking of Comic-Con, I had talked the last time we were on the show that just for shits and giggles, I watched The Dark Crystal, and it kind of blew me away. And then they had another trailer for the Netflix show come out at Comic-Con. So me and Mary watched the 2 Dark Crystal Age of the Resistance trailers, and then had her watch Dark Crystal. And, man, it's weird and cool and kind of lame, but also the detail is amazing.
Every time you talk about it, I'm reminded that I think I've gone my whole life thinking I'd seen The Dark Crystal, and I definitely have not.
Right? Yeah, like I said, I rented it a bunch, I know that, but I don't think I ever watched it. And the new series looks cool. It looks like it's a prequel. A lot of the original people are involved on it. They got the baby from Labyrinth is working on the Dark Crystal Netflix series. Not as an actor, like behind the scenes. Because the baby's parents were behind the scenes on Labyrinth and Dark Crystal and shit like that.
That's crazy.
And one of Jim Henson's daughters is like big behind it and made sure to save all of the Dark Crystal stuff from the archives when they moved the creature shop.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I highly suggest blazing up and watching the Dark Crystal, because you will see some shit.
That's awesome. What you got, Jose?
Caught up on Lucifer. It ends pretty nuts. Waiting for that season 5, baby.
Oh my god!
I am definitely gonna watch Lucifer at some point.
Season 5 is the last season, the new season on Netflix.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So until that premieres, you're all caught up on Lucifer.
Correct.
Oh my god! Thank you. And you're all caught up on Good Wife?
No, finished.
Finished Good Wife, because Good Wife is no longer in production.
You guys ever finish Finkel and Ihorn?
I believe so. Yes. Well, they're doing like a spin-off of Good Wife, where it's like the Good Fight.
That's on the CBS Access app, so you can watch your Picard on there too.
Picard.
If you ask nice, I might share a password with you.
Oh.
Then he'll be like, "Fucking password's not working."
I can't stop paying for that fucking thing, and I'm really upset about it.
Paying for what thing?
I've been trying to cancel that goddamn CBS All Access since the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, you do have it.
Why? Why can't you cancel it?
Because they won't fucking let me. Every month they get another fucking bill, and I'm like, stop it. And they're like,
I don't know. This doesn't sound like the Lee I know. Lee wouldn't just let some shit like this happen to him. Just get charged monthly by CBS. No. There must be something on there you want, but you just don't want to admit it.
No, the only fucking reason that we have it so Nicole can watch the goddamn Super Bowl halftime show with Adam Levine on it.
Well, put on your big boy
How many
pants.
times does she watch it? Can she watch it anytime she wants?
It's fucking.
You gotta
How
stop
many-
watching
okay,
Jag.
can you
Lee.
see how many times you have viewed something?
Gotta stop
The
watching
answer is
Jag.
0. We've not opened it fucking since then. The only time I ever opened it was to cancel the subscription, and then they're like, "Okay, cool. Now that you've canceled the subscription, you have to delete the channel off your Roku." And so I did, and it's like, "Cool. We'll just charge you $6.56 for the rest of your fucking life."
Lee. You don't have how many the Super Bowl was
Hey,
in
oh, you retro pray.
the Super Bowl was in February.
It's in February.
It's July. That's
Yeah,
$30. That's a Pennywise action figure.
Yeah, you're telling me. It's really upsetting. I've sent Facebook messages. I've sent emails.
Zero in the chat says, he quotes me, "This isn't the Lee I know," and then says that confirmed Lee is a scroll.
I fucking sent him a tout. I'm like, knock this shit off. There's nothing.
Yeah. That
Oh my
first
God.
Lee, that's Lee.
This is the second time I've had to hear about tout today, because when I was trying to set Jose up with Instagram and Facebook, he's like, "What about tout? How do I connect my tout?"
I had a Lee moment today. Going to get my groceries.
What does that mean exactly?
I'm carrying Will into the grocery store.
Well,
And
I mean, it depends, Lee. It depends what a Lee moment means. Is it like a moment where he doesn't take any shit from anybody, or a moment where he gets fucking charged $6.56 a month for something he's not using? I mean, who knows what a Lee moment is anymore? But I am interested to hear the story.
Yeah, I'm walking in. I'm carrying Will, and this like lady in her 50s, 60s backs out of the parking space in front of me. No big deal. She's got her window down, sticks her hand out with 2 scratch-off lottery tickets, drops them on the ground because she doesn't want them if they didn't win. Picked them up, shoved them back in front of her face, scared the shit out of her, and then dropped them in her lap and said, "There you go." And she drove away.
Yeah, that's a Lee moment. Well done, sir.
Yeah. That's the Lee I love.
I'm sorry.
Not this one paying for a service he doesn't use.
This is it's tough love, Lee. I'm not mad.
This sounds like the
I'm
Lee
just
that opened
disappointed.
that podcast we heard earlier.
Hey.
Well,
That guy didn't know what he was doing. That guy.
I keep paying for CBS All Access,
Yeah.
and I can't stop.
We
it,
need-
and
Hey,
I don't
that
know
guy-
why.
That guy, that guy hadn't been stalked by his dad yet, okay? Like some shit.
And I'm not one to pass the buck either, but at some point, you got to say, "Nicole, we fucking got this CBS All Access so you can watch fucking Maroon 5. You need to get on the phone with a manager."
Yeah, that never occurred to me, Knives. Like, I never said that at all.
Yeah, this is your fight now.
Yeah, no, like, I never said that for sure. Every fucking month, the PayPal thing pops up on my Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, God damn it, again.
Oh, it's PayPal?
Yeah.
Fucking nuke your PayPal.
Yo, why don't you dispute it? Just be like, "Nah, man, I canceled that. I dispute this charge."
Yeah,
I didn't try that either. I definitely didn't think of that either. No.
There isn't a
I
cancel.
don't even know if you're being sarcastic, because this Lee, it sounds like something you wouldn't have tried.
No, fucking everything. Yeah, this is who I am now. I just have CBS All Access.
Well, I'm glad, because it's a bit now.
No, because I don't know the fucking password because it's just a Roku channel. I can't even watch this shit.
Just so let me get this straight. You were a customer, and then you tried to cancel, and then now you don't know your password and you can't get back in. You should take it to Twitter, man.
Don't
take it to Twitter.
Don't. Don't do it.
Time to get on that Twitter.
God damn it.
Will it work on Twitter? Can you slow talk them on Twitter?
Don't worry, I'm gonna make the connection.
All right. There's no fucking way I'm gonna charge for this shit again, you asshole.
You better not.
You fucking lit the fire.
Tomorrow there's a bill.
Remember when you went to the movies and you took a stranger's phone away from them?
Remember who you are, man.
Let's
You
all
got
celebrate
in
the
that
end of Lee's CBS All Access.
I've never heard of anything as badass as that.
Like, we were in Gator Basement, and there was a couple 2 seats down from me that were very loud. They were old, and they were having a discussion during the movie. And there were multiple times where I was like, I need to say something. I should say something. Lee's gonna fucking reach over me 2 seats away and say something. So I gotta be a man. But then I was like, it's Gator Basement, though. Like,
yeah, it is, exactly. I had that exact same train of thought. I was like, if I don't do it, Lee's going to do it, and then I'm going to feel embarrassed. And then I was like, this is a fucking joke of a movie, and anyone who wants to talk should be able to.
And then it kind of opened us up to kind of riff a little bit. You know, we weren't talking, but we would comment here and there.
Some moments can't go without comment in Gator Basement.
But Lee, I got you.
Through that window.
I sent CBS a message.
Demonetize that, you fucking CBS All Access bitch. But I didn't want to be like I never got a good look at them because they came in after the movie started. But they sounded like a 80-year-old couple.
They sounded very old.
And I didn't just want to snap and be like, shut up, I'm trying to watch Gator Basement. Shut your fucking traps. Flip their popcorn into their face.
Lee, I just added all of CBS. Hopefully,
you sure did.
Hopefully, the ones high at the highest point in the company can help you.
Yep, you sure the fuck did. You're a real mensch, Kelly.
You're welcome,
Kelly. See what you can do about Luchasaurus.
All right.
Yeah, see if you can get him to block me.
Hey, anything else?
Nah, I think
Can
we're
we be
good.
done? Is this over?
His wife just wanted to
Never
watch
over.
Maroon 5 on football, and now he pays every month.
To be fair, she did not care about the other 4. She only wanted Maroon 1.
Right.
Yeah, just the maroon one was the important part.
Maroon numero uno.
God. All right. Next week.
Oh shit!
We'll have a show.
Should we bring top 6 or should we figure something out?
We came up with a pretty great pop topic.
Oh, I like that one
we
a
were all
lot.
here brainstorming.
I like that one a lot. If we want to
it's
fuck
not the
around.
one me and Kelly did last week.
Yeah. The idea is it's a pop topic, not a top 6. Or do we do it as a top 6 and you pick your 6
No,
foods?
I think it's a topic. Because
Okay.
you only can pick one.
So pop topic, you can only eat one color of food for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Pizza.
No, that's not a color.
So you pick the color.
My favorite color is pizza.
I agree. Pizza is my favorite color as well. So you pick your color, and then you tell us what foods you're into.
Like defend your choice.
Right. But then we also had some caveats like, okay, so if your color's red, you can eat chili, but like all the individual ingredients of chili aren't necessarily red.
Right.
But like final form, it's got to be red. And like let's also not count spices, fucking onions, shit that you need to spice and season foods.
Don't worry, Nice. I just tweeted Luchasaurus for you. We're
Thank
good.
you. But I feel like you can actually solve that. Just as long as you didn't drag me.
I said you're a good boy that likes your likes his wrestling.
Okay, good. I like it. I appreciate it.
So,
I hope you don't get blocked.
One color food forever. What color would it be, and what would those foods be?
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you solve a Twitter beef? Let us know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
This is Kelly's new reality show. Unblocked.
Ooh, I like it.
Just has people work out the differences.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, we'll do that next week. Hopefully we'll still be on this YouTube because I think they're gonna kill the Hangouts at some point.
Yeah, let's talk about that. They are supposed to kill Hangouts by August 1st, but I don't necessarily know how that will affect us or how people get our show. So it's probably going to be a wait and see until they just don't let us do it anymore, and then we'll have to scramble at the last minute. So
we could go to whatever the hell YouTube Live is.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what that is.
Bear with us if and when this transition needs to happen. Worst case scenario, maybe we'll skip a live show 1 week and just put it on the download. But then if Hangouts is dead, that's the way we all get on the call together too. So we might have to go back to fucking Skype or something. Who knows?
Maybe we'll go on the Twitch.
Yeah, but we don't know what the situation is until it comes to it.
Yeah, because Google, where they're like, hey, we got something that works really well. Fucking nuke it.
And then they made Google Plus, and they're like, we're going to keep this thing around for forever.
Yeah. This
Google
piece of trash that no one uses, but you have an account. All of you. You all have an account.
God damn it, Mahoney. Don't tweet at Luchasaurus and ruin this for me.
Say, it's all right. It's all right.
Mahoney's new show, Reblocked.
Remember that year that everybody wished Tito a happy birthday and I went through and unwished every single one of them?
Jesus Christ.
Like his entire Facebook feed from like his fucking aunts, his cousin.
Fucking glad you brought it up, Mahoney. But congrats to Tito and Jen, who just casually, while we were at Friendcon, were like, yeah, we might just go to City Hall this week and get married. And like, what? We've got a reverend here. But yeah, congrats to those young kids. Love those guys. Love them to death. Yeah, Lisa at one point was just apropos of nothing, said to Tito, like, what the fuck, man? Get married already.
You gonna put a ring on that?
And Tito was like, okay. Yeah, we're gonna probably do it this week. It's like, what? So that's awesome.
Zero in the chat says Discord works for podcasting.
Yeah,
so that's an option too.
I saw that in one of my one of my tabs I got open as to how to fix this when it all goes bad.
Sweet.
Lee, has CBS contacted you yet?
My email is actually blowing the fuck up right now. They're like, I'm sorry.
Good.
It's okay.
Have they refunded you?
More on this as it develops, because now you guys are making me feel like an asshole.
Don't worry, I got it.
You challenged my manhood.
Listen, I'm not. It's not that I'm rooting against Julie. It's just that I hope you are never able to cancel this.
You'll thank us. You'll thank us when this is all over, Lee.
So we'll be
when you cancel it, I'm gonna sign you back up.
Oh God!
He's gonna break into your house and put it back on your Roku.
I will pay $6 a month for the rest of my life just so that you always have a CBS All Access account.
Mahoney's
equal mensch. Christ.
Don't think I won't.
Mahoney's new show, Resubscribe.
Live
he
on
just goes
CBS
around and
All
randomly
Access.
signs people back up for shit they didn't want to do.
They just keep getting flyers from the gym that they think they've quit. They don't understand why.
Kerouac
keeps getting magazines.
Kerouac keeps getting entered in Tough Mudders.
It's like, don't they know I broke up with her?
It's a box of Columbia House DVDs. Amazing. All right, so we'll be back. We should have one more week at least for sure. On
Do you think Columbia House does Blu-rays, or is it just DVDs?
I don't think that even exists anymore.
Yeah, I do believe Columbia House folded years ago.
No.
It's almost like that's an unsustainable business model.
When's the last time you saw a Columbia House mailer?
I don't think I've ever actually seen one.
I got myself a Scarface DVD from that shit for a penny. Good times.
Huh. Columbia House, the website is still working. Get your first 2 DVDs for only $9.95 each.
Oh shit! We need to subscribe.
Only $9.95.
And DVDs.
Back in my day, it was fucking like 20 for a penny.
Not Blu-rays either. And they got like the new Pet Cemetery on here. Us.
Fuck out of here. $9.95.
It's just a streaming service now. Watch.
Did anybody else see somebody cut together the Cats trailer, but with I Got 5 on it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, but like I could only watch like the first 15 seconds of it because that Cats trailer
Still watching the trailer
is so disturbing.
It's not great. All right, so we're back next week for the YouTubes. More on this as it develops as far as where we'll be after that.
What color food you want to eat?
What color food you want to eat?
Lee.
Pizza.
Does the CBS All Access app have a broadcasting option?
God damn it!
Could you imagine?
Can we do it from there?
You share something and it just goes right back in your fucking face. See how it is. That's right. And I want to apologize again for the Popcast Classic for this week.
Yeah, next week we're doing Popcast episode 2.
Oof. Never
Next
again.
week, the podcast is going to be a tribute to the first episode. Everybody's going to slow talk it.
God.
Get ready for some long pause.
God.
Really?
Let me tell you about.
And again, I do remember specifically being fucking thrilled and relieved that we made it an hour.
Oh,
yeah, with 20 minutes worth of content at that speed.
Yeah, I'd like to introduce you all to a little man named Jason Nye.
They're talking about Discord in the chat like a legit thing. We can totally make that happen.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta pee, so we're done.
Yeah, I got a flight in like 2 hours.
10 p.m.
Oh,
Eastern,
man.
9 p.m. Central. YouTube.com/panelsonpages for Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, and our good buddy Mahoney. I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you guys next week. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Demonetize this, you fucking Google ass.